One more knee will do it. The Philadelphia Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, baby. You didn't think we were going to be here, huh? No, we're here. We're live in Philadelphia. 94 WIP here on the Morning Roast. Good morning to everybody out there getting ready for work. Everybody back in the Bay Area. Graveyard shift workers, longshoremen, plumbers, electricians, ushers, you name it. It wasn't our day yesterday as the Niners get clobbered by the Eagles 31-7. We know what happened to Brock Purdy. We know what happened to the non-challenge. We know what happened at the end with Trent Williams. But let's start here, Shasky. As I say good morning to you. Good morning to Joe Spadoni. Yeah. Good morning to Sam Lutman. We're out here in Philadelphia live, and we've got our Niners gear on. And I got to say, these little fake gangsters out here in Philadelphia, I can't stand them. It is by far the worst fan base in the world. Not even close. Hands down, the smugness around this studio.
Unbelievable.
Here at 2400 Market Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And all these little losers out here, fans, fake gangsters. Philadelphia is now number one on my hit list. They're number one. They've catapulted the Seahawks. They've catapulted the Cowboys. They've catapulted the Raiders, the Rams, you name it, the Packers. The Philadelphia Eagles are public enemy number one for the rest of my life.
All right, let's put that to the side because we're going to talk about that for the next 25 years of my radio broadcasting career. I will never forget some of the vile, heinous, low-life stuff that I saw yesterday. The game itself. Look, man, that one hurt. That one hurt, B. That one really, 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 really hurt. I mean, sixth play of the game, Brock Purdy goes down. Are you kidding me? Might have a UCL injury. Who knows what ends up happening? This is why when everyone loses their mind about who's QB1 in August, who's going to be quarterback in the second half of the NFC Championship game? Like,
Josh Johnson?
Two things I'm feeling simultaneously. I feel tremendous pride for my team. And I'm not trying to be some loser. Like, this team fought tooth and nail and won, 12, 13 straight games to get to this point. I know the second half guys were frustrated. We'll get to all of that. Damn it, man. We didn't even have our best punch, and we end up going down. It hurts to go down that way. And credit the Eagles. I think they were dominating the trench. Mm-hmm. They were dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides.
D-line, O-line was really good.
I didn't see a whole lot from their offense that really, blew me away.
It wasn't reminiscent of Bill Walsh.
They were the better team.
They were the better team
There's
yesterday.
no denying it. And I'm not trying to sit here and give moral victories. I am proud of my Niner fans and the loyal fan base that traveled out there. It breaks my soul that we had to go down this way.
No doubt.
The way it went down doesn't sit well with me.
No, it doesn't. And let's start from the gate here. We go to Philadelphia. Lincoln Financial Field was on fire yesterday to start the game. And the Eagles get the first drive of the game, which I loved having our defense on the field.
You wanted that.
I wanted that. Decline, defer to the second half, get the ball in after the halftime, and play defense first. And the Philadelphia Eagles go down the field. Nice little third down conversion to A.J. Brown for 16 yards. Nice little throw. It was a better catch. It was a terrible throw by Jalen Hurts, who didn't look
He looked shaky.
Explosive. They had to go to the running game, which we'll get to in a second. But the 4th and 3, which all started everything. 4th and 3, Devontae Smith. And I looked at you, Shasky. I said, man, Devontae is like trying to hurry up on the ball. Let's challenge.
You said it right away.
Right away. And they didn't show any replays in Philadelphia.
No.
Nothing until after the play. Shanahan has got to challenge that because you shut them down. It's 0-0. You get the ball at around the 35, 40-yard line. You got great field position. Who the heck knows what happened? Well, it wasn't the game, but it was a pivotal point early in that football game.
And here's what I would say. Like, I don't know, you only get 2 challenges in a game. And, okay, so you lose a timeout in the first half.
You didn't use them anyway.
Exactly. And the other thing that I would say is, like, given it was a 4th down and you were going to get the ball at the 45, 50-yard line, it was worth it. Even if you lose that challenge, you can regroup as a team because you get that timeout. You have an opportunity like, all right, guys, we need to settle in. Niners look gassed from the get-go.
Right.
From the get-go, they look like a team that played that extra wild card game. Like, we talked about the bye. I told you about it. I said, I fear that they're going to run out of gas. Mm-hmm. And that play ended up looming large. I don't think that was the game.
It wasn't the game.
It was not the game.
You get the ball 1st and 10 at your own 35-yard line. You have very good field position. That crowd quiets down just a little bit. So then we get to the next possession, the Niners' first possession of the game.
And he hits Ayuk early.
They get it. They get it first down. Ayuk, a nice little out route outside the numbers, 10 yards, boom. First down, you're cooking. Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Debo runs for 4 yards. You're at midfield. You look like, okay, we're about to answer the Philadelphia Eagles. Brock Purdy then drops back to pass.
And you and I go, he's got Ayuk.
He's got Ayuk. Where our seats were,
yes.
we saw Ayuk break open out Bradbury. That was going to be a massive play. A big play. Ayuk ran an unbelievable route. However, Tyler Kroft, tight end out there as Hassan Reddick lines out so wide.
He was dominant yesterday.
Forces a fumble. Now, I didn't know if that was a fumble or not. I thought it was a 50-50 call. But again, Joe, I whispered to you, we're not getting any 50-50 calls today.
No, we're not getting any of them.
Nothing.
So like, my read on that, we only saw it a handful of times because the Wi-Fi was not working in the stadium at all. We saw it up on the replay. If the call on the field was an incomplete pass, I thought it was so 50-50. Whatever the call on the field was, should have stood.
Should have stood. And it was an incomplete pass.
I don't see how you overturn that. Because it looked, to me, it was the definition of 50-50.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yep.
Maybe some rules expert can explain to me. It looked like the ball was in the arm as the arm was just ever slightly going forward. Well, had they ruled it on the field, a fumble, I'm rolling with that.
Well, the fumble wasn't even the worst thing on the play. Because Brock Purdy goes to the tent.
Oh, my God.
And we watched him walk into the medical tent. And you're like, that's got to be his shoulder. Got to be his shoulder. And then next thing you know, wait, it's the elbow. And he's trying to throw past it to the sideline.
I saw him
zip.
He was trying to, squeeze his fist. Yep. We were right there near the 49er blue. By the way, 7,000 49ers hit the blue tent yesterday.
No doubt.
They got their butt whooped in terms of the physicality. Like that. Let the record show. Every other guy was in the blue tent.
No doubt.
Purdy starts squeezing his hand as you like you would like a pressure ball, one of those stress balls. And I said, B, something's wrong. Something is really wrong with him.
Something wrong. But the defense was able to hold the Eagles out of the end zone. It's 7-0.
I know.
It was a big-time stop. And at the end of the first quarter, we're all thinking, how's this only a 7-0 game? How? The Niners have weathered the storm in the first quarter. Everything. Fred Warner goes down. Fred Warner Jr. hit the tent.
Yeah.
Spencer Burford hit the tent. I mean, Brock Purdy hit the tent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, wow, bodies are flying. Bosa gets hurt on the sideline.
I saw it. Right. I think Bosa just got whiplash by one of the players.
It was unbelievable.
On a special teams play.
But on that Brock Purdy play, which is why you can't jump ahead to August and why the Mourning Roast continues to say take it game by game, day by day. You don't know what can happen in this league. You really don't. So that's why I wouldn't sell any Trey Lance stock. There's going to be a wide open quarterback competition in August. Why? Because the 49ers believe that Brock Purdy injured his ulnar collateral ligament during yesterday's NFC Championship game. And he will undergo an MRI later today. The hope is that it's not ruptured and it will require only a 6-week recovery. But we'll see. If it's torn, he could be out for the year.
Well, anywhere from 5 months to 9-10 months, like depending on it. B, when we went back to the hotel, I said to you, if it's UCL, the way he said it went all the way down to my wrist, what was the first thing I said? That's a pitcher injury.
Yep.
And I know football's different. You're going to get a lot of, football's not as bad as the Tommy John. Mm-hmm. You throw the football with your right arm, your elbow. Montana was out for 2 years with the elbow. Now the science is so much better now.
Right. So it may just be a year.
But Bonte, that's a devastating injury.
It's a devastating injury.
And then you said to me, Josh Johnson is in the game?
How many times did I say it in the second quarter?
Josh Johnson?
Every break of the action, a trip to Glendale depends on a right arm of Josh Johnson.
God bless
and we
him.
went through his entire career.
I couldn't believe it.
That was his fourth stint with the 49ers.
Fourth.
The guy's played for the Los Angeles. He's played with the Los Angeles Wildcats. He's played the AFF or whatever. Remember that league that lasted a year?
I know.
I mean, this guy's been everywhere. And your hopes came down to Josh Johnson, who, by the way, led a touchdown drive. Christian McCaffrey with a great run. By the way, Christian McCaffrey, one of the great trades in NFL history during the in-season trades. He's a beast. I don't ever want to hear anything about running backs don't matter.
He is a Hall of Fame talent. Can we just call it what it is?
Yes.
On a field full of gladiators, he ran through 6 guys. I counted. How many times did we watch that highlight back last night?
Unbelievable
I watched that highlight at least 6 times in a row. He ran through 6 different guys on that one play. And boy, did this team need a jolt. And right then and there, stadium went dead silent. The lemon booty was looming large.
And then everything went to hell.
They get the ball back. It's 7-7. Philly gets the ball back. They march down. They score a touchdown. And on that drive, Bonte, I feel like the Niners got 15 stops on that drive.
Man, so the Eagles end up going 14 plays, 75 yards, and they ate up 6 minutes and 53 seconds. The Jimmy Ward play, to me, changed the entire tenor of the football game. It's third down. Third down to 7. And Jalen Hurts looks for A.J. Brown on a quick slant. And Jimmy Ward almost picks it off. He drops an interception.
A.J. Brown engages both hands with him, and he's the one who initiates contact.
So not only
right
that,
in front of us.
But not only that, if you're going to look at the play, all the contact happened within the 5-yard box. to where you could be physical.
It's the NFC Championship
It's
game.
the NFC Championship game.
These are the two most physical teams in football.
And A.J. Brown's engaging, and they call pass interference. They call defensive pass interference.
On a third down stop.
On the third down stop. That would have got the Niners off the field.
Yep.
It would have gave them about 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the Niners don't score on that next possession, you at least eat up about 3 minutes of clock, and maybe you could flip the field position.
That's the
and
thing.
you guarantee yourself that, hey, we're either going to be tied at the half or down by one possession, and Philadelphia gets the ball back and score.
Absolutely.
That 3rd and 7 pass interference was hot garbage, and it changed the entire complexion of the football game. Was it single play? No, the Niners got to get stops. They became undisciplined.
It was a microcosm of the rest of the game, though, B, because it felt like to me we didn't get one whistle, which, look, we got beat in the trenches. I'm not here to say we lost because of penalties.
No, they got dominated in the trenches.
We could have used a penalty here and there to be picked up on third down. How many stops? The Charvarius Ward play down the field later on in the game, he bats the ball down, and Jordan Mason gets thrown into the kicker.
And they call roughing the kicker.
I mean, we got to stop there.
But look at on this drive, though, Shasky. Next thing you know, you got illegal use of the hands. McGill, a lot of people say he grabbed the face mask.
I mean, come on, man.
Whatever. Later on that drive, Charvarius Ward was called for illegal contact on Dallas Goedert. And they showed the replay, and Philadelphia fans, despite how illogical they are, despite how arrogant they are, despite how stupid they are, even they said, wow, that was a gift.
Everybody admitted that was a ticky-tacky call. Everyone in the stadium.
It was 2nd and 9. It would have forced a 3rd and 9. Instead, the Eagles get a 1st and 10. And by that time, the defense was gassed. But then, all right, 14-7, Josh Johnson.
What'd you say to me?
I said,
they get the ball back.
I said, do not turn the ball over. Do not turn the ball over.
And they get a nice little play, a Debo play, where he almost breaks it.
He almost breaks it.
And there's no one down there.
Almost
Debo
breaks
played his heart out.
Played his heart out. You almost break it. And the next play, Josh Johnson fumbles a snap. And what did I do when he fumbled that snap? I sat right down in my seat, looked at the ground for about a good minute, knowing that the game was over.
It was right then and there. It felt like, damn, they just stuck the knife right into the heart of Dracula, right?
And then the second half was just embarrassing because you had a quarterback, Josh Johnson, who was getting lit up.
They couldn't even get plays in on time.
They couldn't get plays in.
He's looking at his arm sheet.
Games? Like three to four?
He didn't even, and I'm not even here to blame Josh.
It's not Josh Johnson. He's the 4th quarterback who's playing in the NFC Championship game.
And that's why today I don't want to hear anybody talk about Shanahan. Oh, Shanahan. The fact they got this far is a testament to Shanahan.
Right.
I'm proud of this team. I know they fell short. I'm not here to make up excuses. It's the pros. You got to win it all. I get all those people that come from that angle. Don't come at me with Kyle Shanahan was the reason they lost. No, Kyle Shanahan's the reason they got here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He should be the coach of the year despite all the injuries there. Josh Johnson, look, poor guy, getting put in that position. I'm not blaming him. What is he supposed to do?
He's looking at the armband. He had no idea what plays are coming.
What was going on.
He's going 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Let's go.
Oh, come on. And it happened almost every single play.
The ball that he drops, okay, it's right in front of us. And I'm like, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. He tried to pick it back up. And I said, you got to be kidding. He never looked it into his hands. He was looking up because he was so worried about the pass rush. Look, our interior O-line got pushed around.
Yes.
The right tackle has been a problem for a long time.
Yep.
Now, he is not the reason guys get hurt. I don't want to hear this like the football's violent. That's how good. But their offensive line got worked in this game.
They got worked.
That's, to me, where this game was won and lost. Regardless of who was at quarterback, I think it was going to be an uphill battle no matter what. That being said, it just stings that we didn't go down with our best shot.
No doubt. By the way, shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitch, and Xfinity mobile text line. Shout out to you guys, man. We're going to be humming all morning long, breaking this game down. Niners lose 31-7 as they lose their 2nd straight NFC championship. It hurts because, like Shasky said, you didn't go down with your best shot. Brock Purdy gets hurt. You go with Josh Johnson, and then Brock Purdy comes back in, and he can't throw more than 5 yards.
I'm watching him throw passes on the sideline, and I said to B, he can barely throw a 5-yard pass.
They basically ran the ball the entire second half.
And am I insane? And I'm not losing my mind on Shanahan. I kept saying to you, what did I say? Put Juszczyk in. Put Juszczyk in at quarterback. If you literally can't throw, like you have nothing to lose. I'm not. Look, it's not the reason. They were going to lose that game no matter what. I'm not trying to lose my mind. Come on, man. You have nothing to lose. I feel so bad. And the players were so frustrated. I know everybody, Trent Williams, he's a piece of garbage. Man, these guys were so pissed off because of the circumstances.
Well, the play before Josh Johnson fumbled a pass, he threw one to Deebo Samuel across his body. And if he would have just gone through the progressions, George Kittle was wide open in the flat. he would have gone for at least 40.
At least.
I'm dead serious.
Kittle
at least. And George Kittle bent over and said, my God, this is embarrassing. So we'll play some Kittle sound. We'll hear what he said.
Maybe
we'll
for these
come back
guys,
with
man.
it. Oh,
the
tough.
NFL, we just saw Hugh Douglas.
Right.
All right? This man gave his body to the NFL. You know how thin the margins are in the NFL?
No doubt.
And they made it all this way with a third quarterback. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm saying, like, once Josh Johnson came in the game, it almost felt impossible.
No doubt. This segment is brought to you by Go to State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoToStateLumber.com. Look, we're going to do a lot here. We're going to take a lot of calls today. We're going to get your opinion on this football game. I see the lines lit up. Andy, Mole, Duke, Nick. We're going to get to you all. Full phone lines, 888-957-9570. I'll pull up the Xfinity mobile text line during the break. We'll get to everybody on there, read some of your texts. What did the Niners in? Just wasn't their day. The defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles, Shasky, early Super Bowl prognosis for me is that they may blow the Kansas City Chiefs out. That defensive line is for real.
You want my prognosis?
It is insane.
Eagle fans are the biggest scumbag lowlifes I've ever met in my entire life.
They're fake gangsters. They're thugs. What they did yesterday, they were thuggish.
If that was our beautifully colored crowd, okay, where we've got white, Latino, Asian, black, we would have been considered gangsters for what they did to us yesterday.
The balls of these people to get in our faces and call us things. It's not only just the guys. It's the women. The women may be worse.
You put out a video yesterday because we had videos. I had to put the phone in my pocket because we literally had our head on a swivel. Things were being thrown, dumped, poured. It was disgusting. And I'm being real. Our fan base showed so much pride.
Yes.
I am so proud of Niner fans. I don't want to hear a damn thing about Niner fans not being hardcore, diehard, real good, loyal, classy fans.
No, a couple of these people were talking, and I would turn around, and they'd be like, hey, man, it's just a game. It's just a game. So you're a little punk. You want to call people the P word, and you want to call them the F word.
I got spit on. We were going to the bathroom. You like jumped in front of me. Guy elbows me, and he just spits on me. I'm like, you got to be. I looked at him like, come on, man.
Dude, it was embarrassing. And these little people around here, WIP, talking their trash. 94 WIP, little smug. Well, that's just how it is out here. They're the lowest of the lows. They're the lowest. You suck. Shut up. Get the hell out of here. The Red and Gold Reaction is brought to you by San Francisco Sheriff's Office. Your future begins here. Visit sfsheriff.com and apply today. People are asking for it around here. Like, seriously, it was personal. People call it Shasky. How many people
mob mentality?
Watch this about mob mentality? But they're fake. They're thugs.
I know.
All these little people. One guy, what did he say
and
to me?
Shame on the radio hosts for playing into it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
For their national broadcast. Because if this was my community, I would legitimately be embarrassed for my community.
And by the way, before we break, when the hell did Joe Fortenbaugh get tough?
I mean,
all of a sudden, when did Joe Fortenbaugh grow a sack?
I'm not breathing oxygen into that irrelevant
When
person.
did he grow a sack? I mean, all of a sudden, he's on Daily Wager wearing all types of makeup, and all of a sudden, he's telling you on Twitter, hey, I see you're being nice because you don't want to get beat up. And who the hell is Joey Fortenbaugh to be acting tough? We know who you are, Joey. We worked with you, Joey. You're not that guy, pal.
I didn't even go online. I said, you know what, B? I got to call this guy right now. Like, do we go online or do we I called him right on the spot.
You called him right on the spot.
Oh, right on the spot. He knows how I feel about him.
I went online since you want to be an internet tough guy, try to get clicks because I get his traction ain't that hot on the timeline right now. People are forgotten about him. So he wanted a little attention. And we gave him a little attention.
Yeah, I'm done breathing oxygen into that.
All right.
We'll keep it moving. Niner fans, where you at?
888-957-9570. Full phone lines. We're going to get to the calls next segment. More coming up here. Again, the Red and Gold Reaction is brought to you by the San Francisco Sheriff's Office. Your future begins here. Visit sfsheriff.com and apply today. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Boxer and Gerson.
Oh, my God.
This wouldn't be possible without Boxer and Gerson.
One of the great sporting events of my life.
Unbelievable event. It was a lot of, trust me, it was a great time. But there was a little low life. They tried to ruin it. And it's all good. More coming up on the Morning Roast.
Let's go.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by Zenni, the official eyewear of the San Francisco 49ers. Shop from over 3,000 styles at 80% off retail prices. Exclusively at Zenni.com.
If you have a tax problem, then you have a legal problem. And that means you need a tax attorney. Hey, this is Joe Shasky here to talk about the tax and crypto attorneys and accountants at Kugelman Law. Maybe you have unfiled tax returns. Maybe you have offshore accounts or receive money from a relative overseas. maybe your small business is facing an audit. Regardless of the tax problem you have, the Kugelman Law Team can help. So visit sftaxteam.com today. I have met with their attorneys and know about their honest and ethical approach to providing effective and efficient resolutions for all your tax needs. They strive to educate their clients about IRS practices and evaluate possible solutions, all while providing you with straightforward and transparent pricing. If you're facing a tax problem, then you're facing a legal problem. So you should contact the Kugelman Law Tax and Crypto Attorneys today at sftaxteam.com. That's sftaxteam.com.
Have you considered walking through another door? I don't mean to pursue another opportunity, but upgrading a door in your home. Now, if you are in fact looking for another opportunity, Golden State Window and Door can provide you with plenty. You can create renewed function and design for use indoors and out. You'll find modern options like Marvin's Elevate In-Swing French Door, Barn Doors by Trustyle, or Anderson Big Doors that welcome in natural light. Golden State Window and Door features a variety of materials, sizes, and glass options. You can get inspired by the many possibilities when you visit goldenstatelumber.com. Click on virtual tours and you'll discover beautifully planned displays of doors and windows of all kinds that will spark your imagination. Then, talk with our builder or designer to see what might be a good fit for your home. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Alexander Kugelman, Managing Attorney, 21 Tamil Vista Boulevard, Suite 202, Corte Madera, California, 94929. This paid endorsement does not constitute a guarantee or prediction of results.
Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
Brought to you by Stevens Creek Subaru. Custom order your next Subaru at StevensCreekSubaru.com.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you that money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help your business too. Just go to GetRefunds.com and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Streaming only on Peacock. From the mind of Ryan Johnson, the writer-director of Knives Out.
Miss Gale, you've got this gift. Always knowing the truth.
I only know if something is a lie. The real trick of it is to figure out why.
Natasha Lyonne is Charlie Cale.
It wasn't an accident. I think there's been a murder. You watch too much Dateline.
A new 10-part mystery series.
Wolves on my fender. I gotta keep moving. I have been kind of a death magnet.
Poker Face. Streaming now only on Peacock.
This is as formidable defense as there is across the entire league.
A lot of fake pressure coming. Purdy, Dak floating in the air. Is it picked? No, hit the ground.
Yeah, there's something going on here on the sidelines. They're challenging it.
After reviewing the play, the ball came out prior to the quarterback's hand going forward. As a result, it was a fumble with a clear recovery by number 72 of the defense. Will the game clock operator please put 6-5-6 on the game clock, please? 6.
You dress 2 quarterbacks when neither one of them can throw and neither one of them is really available. Kind of limits what you could do as an offense. Kind of limits our playbook to like 15 plays. So you only do so much. As soon as Purdy came back in, they put 6 guys on line of scrimmage. They loaded the box, and it's not like we can do any play actions or anything off it. So we just kind of had to run into it. And I'm pumped that my team didn't quit. They were fighting, and whether it was an actual fight or whether they're just doing everything they can to be violent, I love it. Completely terrible circumstance, but those boys didn't quit out there. So
the Morning Roast is live on YouTube right now. Take it away, Bonte.
All right, Steph, good luck in Oklahoma City today when the Warriors take on the Thunder in OKC for the first time this season. You heard from George Kittle there. You heard the play that got overturned and turned into a fumble, although it didn't hurt the 49ers. Did not hurt them, but overall just a dismal day offensively. They only had the ball for 22 minutes and 34 seconds. They were terrible on third down, 2 for 8, 0 for 2 on fourth down, 164 total net yards for the 49ers on 45 plays. The Eagles, they didn't light it up. They had 269 yards on 70 plays. And you look at the average gain per offensive play, Niners 3.6, Eagles 3.8. They just couldn't generate enough offense. Why? Because you didn't have a quarterback who knew how to throw a forward pass or couldn't throw a forward pass.
It makes the Brock, emergence that much more incredible after seeing Josh Johnson for 5 seconds.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to rip Josh Johnson today, and nobody should. Yeah, he fumbled. He got cracked over and over and over again. The offensive line got worked. Their defensive line was very stout. I thought Hassan Reddick was outstanding in this game.
Great.
Fletcher Cox got hurt. They didn't skip a beat. He went back out there. He dominated again.
Hargraves is nasty.
He's a baller. He's an absolute baller. Montez Sweat, every guy on their line made plays. Every single one of their guys. I think the way George Kittle summed it up, terrible circumstance, that's how a lot of people are feeling.
No doubt. And these guys around here, 94 WIP, are full of themselves. It's starting to make me sick. It really is. The Red and Gold Reaction brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. Let's open up these phone lines, Shasky. 888-957-9570. Let's start off with Andy in Reading, Pennsylvania. Wow, we got a Pennsylvania call.
Here we go.
Here we go. Go ahead, Andy.
Here we go.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Not bad.
So I just wanted to know if you guys happen to notice that Lane Johnson had his own snap count yesterday in that game.
I did.
I do.
I said to Bonte, he is jumping early on every single snap. Or was that just me?
That's the only way he beat Bosa all game long.
Unbelievable. I mean, he was getting off early, even on the off the safety play. You just look at everything with Lane Johnson. I thought he left early multiple times. Heck, when Josh Johnson fumbled,
both tackles false
Mike
started.
McGlinchey and Trent Williams jumped, and the referees didn't call it.
I said to Bonte right in that play, call the flag, offsides, right, or false start. Excuse me, right there.
It was rough. Lane Johnson got it. Lane Johnson's a warrior for even stepping out there on that football field. He's a great football player, but multiple times I saw him jump early. Even in Baldy's breakdown, he's jumping before the ball snapped.
Hey, there was a lot of questionable stuff going on. I thought Josh Johnson fumbled on the Hassan Reddick sack.
He did.
I thought he fumbled. I thought Reddick recovered the ball before Josh Johnson even hit the ground.
Yeah, no doubt.
I couldn't tell though they were playing no replays.
No doubt. Let's go to Mole in Detroit. Mole in Detroit, what's happening? Mole, good morning. You're on the roast.
Guys, I'm nauseated, but I'll be okay, man. I know you guys are too, man. Hey, I just wanted to say, look, man, my only regret this game is I just wish I could have seen 4 quarters of Brock Purdy.
I
know.
See what the kid could do. That's my only regret. My prayers are with him. I hope he gets through this. We get a healthy Purdy next year. But listen, I disagree with you guys about them beating us. I think that if any team was down to their 5th and 6th quarterback of the year, the results would have been the same. I'm sorry, man. I don't think they beat us. I think we contained them just as good.
I agree.
Awful quarterback play reciprocates the score because
we agree on that one. And here's what I would add though, Mole. In the little bit that Purdy was out there, I mean, it did look like they were getting pressure. They were stuffing the run.
Right.
It was 6 plays. How anyone could draw conclusions from 6 plays, I don't know.
But they did move the ball to midfield, Mole.
I know.
Is Mole still there? Mole gone?
Yeah, but
go ahead, Mole.
Yeah, I'm here, but we always start out slow. We're a third quarter team. We always play better in the second half. It takes us a minute to get rolling. And I think Shanahan did a great job. I just don't understand why they didn't put a quarterback in. I know the game was over, but at least somebody they could at least throw a pass.
I know.
Yeah,
we're down so much.
I know.
Throw a forward pass.
But at that point,
I don't get the logic behind that.
Mole, I was thinking the same thing. And then we got back to the hotel, and I started to marinate on it, and I was like, because I was screaming, like, put you second.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
They were done.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate to say
the fact that we're begging for Kyle Juszczyk. Listen to us.
I mean,
we haven't seen him play quarterback in the league. Kyle Juszczyk
has he even
playing
thrown
quarterback.
a pass?
Yeah. What difference would that have made? I mean, instead, like late in the game, they were putting like 6 in the box, 7 in the box, 8 in the box, 9 in the box, 10 in the box. Like they knew the Niners could not pass.
That and the big, like, I know today's not the day. Like, this Brock injury feels big.
Huge. So now it opens the door for Trey.
Oh, no, everything's on the table.
Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you name
everything's on the table. Lamar Jackson.
Derek Carr. Nobody should brought that one up.
Every you're going to hear every name linked. That's the part that hurts the most. Every name, and rightfully, because of the uncertainty around the position and injuries. Brock looked so small yesterday, B. Because that Eagle D-line is maybe the largest D-line I've ever seen in my life.
They were massive, and they're deep. And they're loaded, which I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be in a world of trouble. We'll get to that later on. Duke and San Bruno. Duke, what's happening?
Duke?
You're on the roast.
Guys, hey, how we doing? So listen, I'm
Good.
pissed. And I'm not pissed about the loss. The first thing I'm pissed off is, who's the guy in the booth that's supposed to tell Shanahan to throw the red flag on a play that's questionable, which happens right out of the gate? That guy, he's fired, first of all. He's gone.
Well, I'll let you finish. Can I stop you? I'll let you finish. I'm going to stop you for a second. To me, and Bonte identified this, and then we watched it back on the television when we got home. Whoever is looking at the field has to be spotting the player from here on out, because the way Devontae reacted after making the catch, to me, signals we should throw the flag just to look at it anyway, because he was telling them, let's run a play quickly, which to me was, I didn't catch that ball.
Go, run the play.
Exactly.
Okay, second of all, I'm watching it on TV. You got a little different viewpoint. The Philadelphia Eagles were chippy right out of the gate, the players. At what point, why are the 49ers, why aren't they headhunting right now? They should be working hurt shoulder. I don't care. And you're getting called for penalties. You know what? If you're going to get for a call or a penalty, make it count. Make it be something. You know, you got to start headhunting. You got to start.
But look, you don't want to play dirty.
Come on.
But you don't want to play dirty. But there was a lot of questionable things going on that football field. Look, they were the better team yesterday. They didn't look great. Like, DeCamera, we just saw Joe DeCamera in the studio. He's talking about, in 20 years, we're going to remember this offense as like, wow, revolutionary. It's going to be reminiscent to Bill Walsh. I saw nothing yesterday that wowed me.
Gainwell killed them.
Gainwell was a difference maker.
He killed them. That speed and him going to the outside, and I think our D tackles got pushed around in this game, which is, it hasn't happened to us.
They made a subtle adjustment. They stopped running to the strong side. They start running to the weak side, exposing the Niners on that end. And look, my man Drake Greenlaw, I love Drake Greenlaw. I think he's going to be a really good linebacker for a long time. He had a rough one yesterday.
The other thing that this Niner team absolutely needs to get, and I know Ebukam had a great year this year, you have got to get an absolute player on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. Drake Jackson not suiting up in any of these playoff games, to me, is one of the most questionable things. They needed athleticism and speed. No one could close out on Jalen. Jalen had all day to throw back there in the first half.
No doubt. Let's do this. We're going to break. We're going to go to Nick, consultant. We got Deli Boy on the line.
Let's go.
And then we got a special guest on the warm line. We'll take all these calls coming back. That's what's coming up on the game. Brought to you by Golden State Lumber. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by John Vai's Bay Area Houses. Thinking of selling your home but don't want to deal with repairs, cleaning, realtors, photos, and showings? With John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com. You don't have to do any repairs or pay any commissions. Visit John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com.
Make connections that count at Evergreen Valley College and get free tuition when you enroll for 6 units or more. That's right, free tuition and no student fees this spring. EVC is an award-winning transfer college and has the 4th most diverse faculty in the country. And with EVC alum earning more money than nearly every other community college in the country, you can take classes and transfer or fast-track your career. Enroll for classes today and get free tuition for the spring. Visit evc.edu for more information and enroll for classes at evc.edu. That's evc.edu.
Every small business owner knows business happens everywhere. The office, the warehouse, or on the road. And no matter where it takes you, there's one solution to help your business thrive. Comcast Business Complete Connectivity. It's the largest, fastest, reliable network with advanced gig speed Wi-Fi and cyber threat protection in one solution. Get started for just $49.99 a month. Plus, add Comcast Business Mobile and you can save up to 60% a year on your wireless bill. And ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card.
Flight 291 is now aboard.
Yep, you're going places. And when you get there, be ready to do business. The complete connectivity solution from the company that powers more small businesses than any other provider. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/21/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New 50 megabits per second internet and Comcast Business Security Edge customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Gig internet required for gig Wi-Fi. Mobile savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers.
Are you ready to boost your game at work, explode with energy at the gym, and really hit one out of the park in the bedroom? Balanced Medical Solutions has your back with the best solutions for ED, PE, weight gain, and chronic fatigue. Join thousands of Bay Area men who have said goodbye to low testosterone, low energy, and low libido who now feel like world champs. Mention this station until the end of the month to get a medical evaluation with labs, including hormone tests, for only $69. Call today and get a win. 510-679-3300 or visit balancedmedicalsolutions.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Every pro is an MVP to us. As a Lowe's MVP's Rewards member, you can earn bonus points when you shop select products and brands. Then redeem them for exciting rewards like tools, sports memorabilia, e-gift cards, and more. Join today to become a member and start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Points expire at end of calendar year. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details.
Technology allows drones to deliver pizza. Here's mine now.
Approaching drop zone.
But to deliver powerful insights that are on target, you need more than technology. You need CDW to help transform and manage your IT environment with a Dell technology solution that lets you slice your data any way you want to accelerate innovation.
Delivering. Don't forget to tip.
Dell Technologies makes data-driven insights possible. CDW makes it powerful. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Data Center.
Business owners, you may be eligible to claim the Employee Retention Tax Credit, a payroll tax refund from the United States Treasury, applicable to businesses who kept employees on payroll during the pandemic. Contact Paychex to see if you qualify at paychex.com/ERTC. Paychex is proud to have helped more than 45,000 businesses secure over $9.2 billion in ERTC claims, an average of $190,000 per business. Paychex.com/ERTC.
Neuropathy pain? Call Dr. Robert Dees, DC, 925-393-0100.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code JOY at checkout. That's harrys.com, code JOY. Enjoy.
When temperatures drop, COVID-19 cases may rise. So, if you test positive and are at high risk, act fast. Even if your symptoms feel mild, ask your provider if an authorized oral treatment could be right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
69% on the year on fourth down, fourth best in the NFL. They need 3. Hurts runs out of the pocket, looking, throwing deep. Devontae Smith, one-hander. It's the end. He's got it. First and goal, Philadelphia.
This is Steve Kerr, and you're listening to the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game.
What's up, Steve? Need one. 3 in a row. Let's go, OKC. Let's get 3 in a row as the Warriors begin this 3-game road trip, of course, in OKC. Then you got Minnesota Wednesday and the Denver Nuggets on Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, Minnesota Wednesday, Nuggets Thursday, back-to-back. We'll see who plays, who doesn't play. Anyway, we'll talk more hoops later in the week. Right now, it's all about the NFC title game where the Niners lose to the Eagles 31-7. And you heard that 4th-3 play, Kevin Burkhardt on the call for Fox Sports. Was it a catch? Was it a catch? Was it a catch? Well, Devontae Smith right away looked guilty where he's saying, get up, come on the line. And for some reason, Shanahan didn't challenge it. I don't know if it was somebody upstairs saying, we don't know. We didn't see the replay. We heard from Shanahan. Spadoni, if you can, pull up Shanahan's response to that in his post-game presser. I know I heard him say, look, we didn't know about the replay. We didn't have the right angles or whatnot. That was a big play. Let's hear from Shanahan on that play, Shasky.
Because the replay we saw didn't definitely show that. We saw one up on the scoreboard. I was going to throw one anyways, just to hope to take the chances, but they showed one up on the scoreboard that didn't have all the angles you guys saw, and that looked like a catch. So we don't want to waste the timeout, which we definitely would have if we didn't see that. But then I heard they got a couple other angles, and you guys end up seeing later that it was not a catch.
It was a big moment, but it wasn't the only big moment. Nor was it the sole reason that they lost this game. That feels, like a cop-out, I think, because it's a big moment. You got to throw that flag. If more than anything, you got to stop them. That's a 4th down stop. Right then and there.
Huge. Opening drive where the Eagles are used to just scoring on those opening drives and taking 7-0 leads.
Absolutely.
That was huge.
I know.
Huge.
But that being said, to say that was the sole, no, that was not it.
It wasn't.
It was not it. The game was bigger than that. It was a big play.
It was a big play.
I don't want to diminish the magnitude of it, but at the same time, we got to be reasonable with this thing, man. And to say Brock doesn't get hurt if he does, come on, we can't do that.
We don't know.
We can't do that.
You don't know, but it does change the tenor of the game early on in the first quarter. You get a 4th down stop with that defense. You get the ball back at the 35-yard line, and it's like, man, 0-0. We took their best punch. They went for it on 4th-3. We held them. We're off the field. Now Brock comes into the game, it's 0-0.
It just feels like my entire adult life, quarterback. We quarterback in the NFC Championship game. Alex Smith, 1 for 1,000 on 3rd down, throwing to Brett Swain with the game on the line. Colin Kaepernick demanding, even though he won the 1 against Atlanta, demanding to throw to the guy who's double covered in the end zone when Vernon's wide open and Bolden's wide open.
And Quentin Patton's wide open in the flat.
Then you go obviously to the 2019, and Jimmy G and the team falling short in the Super Bowl. Kaepernick from the Super Bowl falling short on the fade route to Crabtree. Then you go to last year. It feels like Jimmy G can't do anything in the team in the 4th quarter offensively. Then this game, the quarterback gets hurt again. It's like, dog, why is it always the quarterback with us? And I don't want to make it that simplistic because there's other reasons why we lose. Can we just get a quarterback to stay healthy?
Well, part of it is you don't run Trey Lance. The way Trey Lance was used this year, I didn't agree with it. He got hurt, and we saw it coming.
We saw him walk into the stadium.
And he's still in the booth.
He's still in a walking booth. It's almost February.
It's unbelievable.
It's almost February.
He's in a walking booth. So you got that going on. And now it's the 4th straight offseason where we're going to be discussing the quarterback position. The 4th straight offseason where we're going to be saying, who's going to play quarterback week 1? And everybody was feeling good about Brock, and I get it. Now we have no idea. Let's go to the hotline, man. It's Papa Shaq.
I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay too.
I think it's big.
MRI later today for Brock Purdy.
I think it's a big one.
UCL injury in the elbow. We'll see if it's 6 weeks. We'll see if it's 6 months. We'll see if it's a year. MRI later today for Brock Purdy. Let's go to Papa Shasky. Papa Shasky, bless us on the morning roast, man.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, I feel real bad for you guys. Every watching you guys at the beginning of the game going in with the Philadelphia fans throwing and swearing. They don't like themselves. That's why they can't like anybody else. They don't respect
scumbags.
Dad, I'm going to be real with you. You always taught me, treat people how you want to be treated. I held back Bonte. I was so proud of him for not doing the things that were said, thrown, tossed, poured on us yesterday, and the vile I was proud of B for not reacting. I think I took more courage to not say or swing or do anything. And I know he was frustrated, and we just kept walking, man. I thought he showed so much more maturity and class. Just keep it moving. Niner fans in general.
I'm sure if I had a full beer with me, I would have fired that thing at somebody.
Well, it would have been a problem. We would have been fighting all night long.
It was 70,000 to 10,000.
Right.
hey, there's a couple things, okay? So looks like that, that after the bad taste that we had in our mouth last year, coming back from Los Angeles, Joe, driving back at midnight, we're distraught from driving back. I called you guys last night. I was distraught for you guys last night in the hotel room, and we went over a couple things. The 49ers now have some unfinished business, all right? If they didn't have unfinished business after the last game last year, they've got some unfinished business coming up this year, all right? So there's a lot of things we can digest over the game, all right? The second play of the game when who's the linebacker goes down with the pincher.
Oh, Fred Warner Jr.
Fred Warner
goes down with the pinch in the neck. That almost you got like he wasn't quite the same player. Now take that for granted. So later in the first quarter, they score the game. Okay, they got.
No, but you were screaming about the challenge.
Yes, right out of the gate, I put on Facebook, and everybody said I was right. I knew I was right. Right? They had some play called where they ran up, they yell Omaha, they run to the line of scrimmage. We should have known. They should have just said throw the flag. They don't use all three timeouts in the first half anyway.
I know.
Right.
Stop the game.
Stop the game. Challenge it.
You lose it. Right. But the thing is they overcame that. Right. They overcame that 7-point deficit, and they tied the game. Right. We came back from that. So
how about that CMC run? Hey, that CMC run was legendary.
It was special.
Oh, he broke 4 tackles.
It shut that entire crowd up.
4 tackles on that play. I mean, the guy's phenomenal. But when you become one-dimensional, it's easy to stop. You can't do that, right? But they overcame that 7-point deficit. They came back and tied the game. It would have been really nice to see what we could have done with a full squad. It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate the way it happened with Brock. Now you got Croft on the right-hand side, who's really a wide receiver. He's not a tight end, not a really good blocker. He whiffed on that play on Reddick to come around the corner, right? I mean, I would have liked to have seen McGlinchey get a chip. Somebody get a chip on that play. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. He didn't see him coming. It's unfortunate that claim. Now, the other play, when you're talking about Josh Johnson, when he can see he doesn't look the ball in his hands, right? He drops the ball.
I know.
But there was zero energy on trying to get the urgency to get that ball. You drop your body on that ball. I don't care what you do. You can't let that ball get away. And with a minute and a half left to go in the first half, you're still in this ball game. They're going to get the ball in the second half to come out. They still got a chance. But that just kind of like that shot themselves in the foot. And it was just downhill from there.
That was the game, Pops. That was the game. And here we go into another offseason where we're going to ponder who's going to play quarterback for the 49ers next season. Is it going to be Brock? Is it going to be Trey? Is it going to be Brady? Is it going to be Rodgers? We've got to go through this quarterback carousel all over again.
You're not bringing in Brady, and you're not bringing in Rodgers. You got 2 young guys that you're going to move you forward for the next couple of years. You can't. You're going to do that to your team. You're going to bring in some old guys that you're going to groom these young guys.
Right.
You need to get these guys some more playing time. Get them some field time with the same players. Right. Now the defensive backs played very well yesterday. I got to say that. They played really well. They only had that one no catch, and I think there was one other play downfield. But they played their butts off, I thought, pretty well.
I know.
Now the Jimmy Ward play over the middle of the field. Right? And then
that changed. The pass interference on Jimmy changed the tenor of the game. It really did, because they were going to be off the field punting, and the crowd was dead at that point. Yeah. They were not seeing anything. They were dead. They were getting frustrated. They're already calling out Nick Sirianni. Run the ball, Nick. They were already calling out the head coach at that point, and that pass interference gave them a lifeline.
Right, and the same thing when the punt, when the guy almost threw him into the kicker.
I know.
I don't see how look. We've got the chance to watch this stuff on TV on a replay right after the game. Just get it right. That's all anybody wants is to get the call right.
I know.
The officials in both games pissed all over themselves, Pops. Thanks for the call.
We'll
Papa
see you
Shasky.
tonight, 7:30.
All right, love you guys. Hey, give me a call, Joe. I'll pick you up at the airport.
Yep.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Pops.
Papa Shasky here. Papa Shasky. Let's go to Rob in San Bruno.
Rob,
what's
up,
happening,
man?
Rob?
What's going on, fellas? First off, man, let me say y'all did y'all thing, man. I wish I was down there with y'all. We'd have been fighting 70,000.
Rob, we needed another 50 like you.
Yeah, no, it was wild out there. It was wild out there.
That was too disrespectful. But I'm coming at Cal, man.
Why?
I felt like that first. I didn't see him challenge throughout the season stuff. That's like, why he challenged and he wins. I think he just got nervous. I just think he got nervous and. Because Hufanga, when I seen him play, Hufanga was like, no, that ain't it. You got to believe some of your players, man.
Yeah.
And to me, I just feel like he didn't do that. And then the game plan. Look, I watched Philly all year. Their front is fast. They remind me of the 010 Niners front. They're fast.
Mm-hmm.
They can move. Why would you come out and spread it out and put your quarterback in harm's way? We know 69 is not good with speed rushers. Why would you even put him? It's been for years now. We know this. He's good at, with the big guy, not the speed guy.
Rob.
So why would you put him in position? Yeah.
He's a run-blocking right tackle in a league that wants you to pass. I don't want to see him on my team anymore. I'm done with him.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you even put the Niners in? Why would you put Purdy in position to get hurt? Me personally, I felt like that defense was too fast for Purdy. He wasn't going to be able to get away. He was going to get hurt one way or another.
He looked so small.
You know what? And Rob, that's the second straight week. He went against that Cowboys defense, and it was a little too fast for him. And he looked a little shaky against the Cowboys. He had the one drive in the fourth quarter where he was really good. But that's 3 straight first halves for Brock Purdy when you look at the Arizona, the Seattle, and the Dallas game where he looked shaky in the first half because the speed, the defense has got a little faster as we moved on through the playoffs here. Like everybody crowning Brock Purdy. It's a great story, Rob. It's a great story. But let's pump the brakes. It's only 7 games, and we saw some of the limitations.
We seen it, and look at that Eagle team. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing special. What did they do? They utilized the quarterback's ability to run in pass. They had the Niners defense on their tails because they didn't know whether it was a run or handoff. Warner and Bosa was a minute, half seconds off because they was worried about whether he was going to run it, which opened up the lane for number 14 to get off. That's what he had Trey, but Cal, he treated Trey like he was indispensable, and we got what we got.
Right, no doubt.
And the number one thing, the number one thing for this organization moving forward, everything needs to be around protecting your quarterback from here on out. I don't care who the quarterback is. From here on out, you need to protect the quarterback. I don't want design runs. Even Jalen Hurts and everybody, Jalen runs. Jalen ran with 3 minutes to go in that game in the third quarter, 3 minutes to go, and took a shot from Gibson. I guarantee you Eagle fans were like, why are you running him right here?
They were yelling, like, why are we running him?
And then they run him again.
And they ran him again. And Eagle fans were going crazy over that. They were losing their minds. So, look, nobody's blaming the referees.
You got to protect the quarterback.
Listen, I want to set something straight here. Number one, Shasky and I are not blaming the refs. They're not. We're not.
No, but
the Niners got beat up in the line of scrimmage.
Yes,
they did.
agreed.
There were some pivotal calls that changed the turn of the game. But listen, Kenneth Gainwell changed the game with the speed.
100%.
He changed the game. Dre Greenlaw did not have a good game.
Nope.
Javon Kinlaw, I've been a Kinlaw fan. I hate to say it. It's just not going to work here.
No.
It's not going to work here.
He got thrown around.
No impact. He had no – it's just not – he's just not going to be a good NFL player. Whether it's injuries, leverage, he's just not good enough.
I wouldn't pick up his fifth-year option.
Absolutely not.
And, it's just too much money. Like the same thing I said about McGlinchey a couple years ago. I could re-sign the player for a fraction over multiple years of whatever the 1 year, fifth-year option is.
Right.
Like, in this game, their O-line, the center, Kelsey, and the 2 guards dominated our D tackles.
Dominated.
And Eric Armstead has been outstanding all year, so it's a rough game for him. You got to get somebody aside him, and you got to get somebody on the opposite end of Bosa. I saw Joey Bosa walking into that stadium with Niner gear on. Let me just tell you this right now. I love Joey Bosa. Right. And that's the other thing with the Eagle fans. They put the phone in your face. They say all the most heinous things because they want you to do something because they got the phone in their hand.
Well, what's funny is we're walking into that stadium, and you got all these women flipping a bird at you in your face. But they had the phone up.
Yeah.
So if you react, all of a sudden you're going to be on the internet for reacting to them. You can't react. Which sucked. But I had to show so much restraint yesterday because I got called the P word a million times. And I'm just looking at people like, really? Really?
And you're the tallest guy in the parking lot. The funniest thing, though, is when I saw Bosa get into it, I'm saying to myself, do everything you can to get that man in a Niner uniform because Nick Bosa needs help opposite him.
Does.
I'm sorry. Ibukam had a nice season. He's a try-hard guy. You need an every down speed power guy opposite Nick Bosa because he cannot do it alone. You got to have combination edge rushers.
I
that
agree.
D-line for the Eagles is 7, 8, 9 deep. You're
agree.
not as deep as them.
No, you're not.
And
not
you're
at all.
good. You're great. I'm not trying to say you're not. You are very good. B, they need a legitimate pass rusher opposite Bosa.
Yep. 888-957-9570. We'll get the love in just a second. You're listening to 95.7 The Game. KGMG FM and AC1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And don't forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. All guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. I was Papa Shasky right there on the Bud Light guest line. Look, Lutman, let's go ahead. YouTube is fired up right now. Xfinity Mobile text line is fired up. Twitch is fired up. But I want to bring Lutman in because that 4th and 3 play with Devontae Smith, a lot of people were texting us during the game. That's not a catch. That's not a catch. And Kyle, this is what's disappointing about not challenging. When you see a team run up to the line like that, you can tell that they're not sure. So just throw it. Just stop everything. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. What's going on here? We're going to challenge the play. Not challenging that wasn't the game, but you keep the Eagles off the board and you slow them down.
I wrote down a couple of different plays that I thought were absolutely massive in this game. The no challenge on Devontae on 4th down, which you were talking about. How about the delay of game? There was multiple ones, but the one that pushed him out of field goal range.
There was like at least 3 to 4 delay games.
And we're screaming at the sideline. And then you don't use your timeout. You take the 5 yards. Okay. The Jimmy Ward 3rd down PI. Horrible call. The 2nd down PI was just as bad. The hands to the face.
Ward, illegal hands to the face on Dallas Goedert.
All right. And then the decision to go for it, which I was there for, but you're going for it with less than 2 minutes to go. And Bonte said, you got to be conservative here. Be careful.
Be careful.
Because if you turn it over, it's game over.
Right.
And they throw that pass to Debo. He gets tackled. I thought he was going to go for a long shot. And the very next play, he fumbles the ball. He doesn't even see it into his hands.
It was a perfect snap.
That boom, 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 boom. That sequence in the second quarter, game over.
And the defense is gassed because they were just on the field for a 7-minute drive.
I'm not mad at the defense. How could
the
you be mad
defense
at the
played
defense?
their ass off yesterday. And the sad part is that may be DeMeco Ryan's last game as defensive coordinator for the 49ers. That's sad.
I felt bad for those guys because I can see the frustration. And look, I'm not condoning what Dre Greenlaw did with the punching of the ball and all that.
Dre Greenlaw had a horrible game yesterday.
He did. But these guys were out there forever.
They were out there forever.
That defense was out there forever.
And we'll get to Trent Williams and what he did in a second. But I want to bring in Lutman. The NFL apparently sent out a report about that play with Devontae Smith.
Give it
Sam
to him.
Lutman, come on in to the Morning Roast. Lutman, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
And there's been a lot of Eagles fans trying to call into the show this morning.
Well, let them in.
Well, good,
because
they aren't on YouTube, so you know what I mean? They got to come to us. They flock to us to get their takes off.
All right, I warn you, when they do come on, though, don't expect much. They really do not have much to give.
That's
All
fine.
right, well, don't put them on the air because they're chumps.
Oh, it's the same nonsense every time. It's really sad, actually. I expect more out of that fan base.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And if you want any evidence of it, it's pinned to our 95.7 The Game Twitter profile. You could see what it was like going in, and you tell me
that was minor league. That wasn't even the worst of it.
That was mild. if Niner fans did that,
we'd be called thugs.
Oh, for sure.
We'd be called the worst fan base in the world.
Yes.
But out here in Philadelphia, you know what people say? That's just the way it is out here.
We're passionate.
Yeah,
you
they're
little
allowed because
5'6".
they're the different fan base. It was just Philly fans. We're just different. It's just,
They're fake gangsters.
I expect a little bit more creativity out of a fan base.
No, all it was F you, you're this, you're that,
and trying
you're
to
this.
entice you to fight so
just
that you can get in trouble.
But then as soon as you walk up to them, which I did multiple times, I walked up to people and say, what was that? It's just a game, man. It's just a game.
No.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a game.
Right back
I
up.
thought so.
All right, what did the NFL say about this? Let's hear it.
All right, so this is from Mike Florio at Pro Football Talk on Twitter. After that non-challenge, calling BS on the claim that the NFL's expedited replay process did not see the key angle on the Devontae Smith play. The league office has a, quote, Hawkeye system, which gives it immediate access to all angles captured by the broadcast network. Goes on to say sometimes teams get an extra beat after the play clock hit 0, and apparently they don't, so that actually wasn't part of the tweet. But anyway, yeah, that's what Florio had to say about the Hawkeye system.
Well, forget the Hawkeye system.
Hawkeye system. I didn't even know that existed.
I never heard of the Hawkeye system. But throw the red flag anyway, Kyle. Throw the red flag. Throw it. That's all you got to do. Throw it. Anyway, let's go to Deli Boy in the city. Deli Boy, what's happening? You're on the roast. Then we'll get the consultant before the break. Deli Boy, what's happening? Dropped. All right, consultant, Walnut Creek. Consultant, what's up?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Man, I'm bummed, man. But, hey, I wanted to start off by just saying thank you guys for setting the tone. I was so pissed off at our own fans last night who were calling into the post-game show and just ragging on Shanahan and ragging on all the play calls. And after that game and even this morning, man, it's the time to just appreciate what a fantastic season we had and what an amazing job we did on a third-string quarterback. And just huge props to Brock Purdy, man. I think we saw yesterday, once he got out, the actual eliteness of his skills. I'm not saying he's elite like a Mahomes, but
the level difference between
to process the field.
Exactly. The difference between him and Josh Johnson was Grand Canyon-esque.
Right.
Yeah, and his ability to process the field, lightning quick reactions, dime accuracy. You can see the way our team, it's his team now too, but the way his teammates love him. They were trying to make him laugh, trying to cheer him up, and they just knew once he was out. Like when Jimmy G went out, I'm not here to dog Jimmy. He was also an amazing team member, but they didn't feel like the season was gone, right? They're like, we've seen Brock play. Let's do this. When Brock went out, I'm still so proud of our team for fighting.
I'm with you.
But
consultant. You know what, consultant? That's a great call because a lot of people blaming Shanahan. They're out of pocket. Shanahan did one hell of a job this season. Yeah. And I think he's done one hell of a job as the 49ers coach. And I know I've been hard on him in the past. He's totally won me over. This locker room was never broke. They've been resilient no matter who falls. Think about all the injuries they had to start this season.
Yeah.
The start, they lost Trent Williams. They didn't have George Kittle. You lose your quarterback at Trey Lance. Then you lose Jimmy. That game yesterday wasn't on Shanahan. Should Shanahan the challenge? Absolutely. But I thought Shanahan did what he could do, and you got Josh Johnson back there. What are you supposed to do?
Bill Walsh in his prime ain't winning nothing.
No
and
doubt.
I'm not trying to rip him. And to consultant's point, I said to you, that felt a lot like the 2019 Warriors at the end, where I know that they lost, and maybe they weren't the better team.
Right.
But the way it went down, it sucked. And then simultaneously, I felt a lot of pride for my team and my fan base. It had those 2019 Warrior vibes at the end.
Let's go to Nick in Berkeley real quick before the break. Nick, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, man, Shanahan got it underneath, out of his father's shadow the way he coached this year, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, put everything, there's a lot of bad coaches out there, and Shanahan is not one of them. And he literally rallied off like a page of expletives, ripping that ref to shreds on the sideline, and I love him for that. And let me tell you something, man. Eagle fans are a bunch of slobs anyways, man. We ain't even tripping off them. It's Cali, baby. It's the Bay. And let me tell you something else, man. The way the team stuck together, and the unselfish behavior and the way they pull for each other, man, it's a model of how teams should be, you know what I mean? And I love E. Williams for power slamming that punk after they did our QB Johnson like that, man. They did him dirty.
No doubt.
It's hard for me to defend what Trent did there.
He was frustrated.
Yes, but you still shouldn't do it.
You just got to have
the late
class.
hit by Hufanga. Yeah. I know it was more of a push. I thought it was worse, the hit, because from where we were.
Right.
When I saw the push, it wasn't as bad. Still bad. Look, man, how you lose is very important.
Yeah, you don't want to be a sore loser.
And you don't want to be a sore loser. No doubt. So, there was some level of me come on, guys, be better than that. But I also understand the frustration on that sideline because we were right there. I was hurting for those guys.
One question I got for you is, who was out there at quarterback to bring in? Because was Josh Johnson the best option?
I was thinking about that last night. I don't know any. Where was Sudfeld? Who's already on a team, I think.
He's already on a team.
What are you going to go, Josh Rosen?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But Josh Johnson was the best option.
This is why people
I love Josh Johnson. He's a great dude. He does a lot for the community in Oakland.
Tech.
I got a lot of respect for Josh Johnson for being in that game. And he took shots in that game. Oh, my Lord. Dude, and he was trying to sling it. He was trying to sing it. I give him respect.
He threw one to Tebow that I thought was going to be picked by the D lineman.
Well, he got one that got batted that would have been picked by Bradbury.
And the D lineman almost caught it.
Yeah, I know. It was. God help us, man. Quarterback talk. The Niners lose 31-7. Respect to the Eagles. They dominated the trenches.
Of course they did.
Offensive line, defensive line, they controlled the football game. And you know when the game flipped, too? On that drive, even though the penalties were called, the Eagles went back to the run game. Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott had some great runs, and they controlled the line of scrimmage, man. Much respect to the Eagles. Their fans, that's an entirely different story. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Anheuser-Busch. More of your phone calls, 888-957-9570. Akil, Adam, Bay-Rod, Ronnie, Tony, be ready. We'll be ready to roll here on The Roast.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by Zenni, the official eyewear of the San Francisco 49ers. Shop from over 3,000 styles at 80% off retail prices. Exclusively at Zenni.com.
Bud Light is brewed to be a delicious, easy-to-drink beer. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Fast just got a whole lot faster. Xfinity has the fastest internet with up to 6 gig speed. Plus, Xfinity Mobile is the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. You heard that right. Xfinity just increased internet speeds again. And Xfinity Mobile gives you can't-catch-me speeds. The fastest internet, the fastest mobile service, and major savings? Can't argue with the facts. Now through March 21st, new customers can get started with 1.2 gig internet with unlimited data included. It's all just $50 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/faster, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular internet rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-200-1966. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Golfers, tee it up at the Golf Mart and go farther and faster with the new G430 woods and irons from Ping. The Ping G430 woods introduce the next generation of speed with new face technology for longer and more accurate shots. The new Ping G430 irons are designed with pure flex technology for faster ball speed and more distance. Swing into the Golf Mart and get custom fit on the new Ping G430 woods and irons today. The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world, turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo. Hello! He's a handful, but I'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
Here is McCaffrey, right side, breaks a tackle, good shifty move, gets that, still going! McCaffrey's gonna score!
It was very special, you know. I go back to just the practices when I first got here and didn't know a lot of people and just observing. And there's a reason why that team has a shot every single year. And I know why now. And the fight that's in the locker room is amazing. It's unfortunate that it happened the way it did today because I feel like all those guys deserve, you know, a real shot. We all do. But this is a tough game and sometimes it doesn't go your way.
Come on, man. You got Larry June in the building. You listen to the Morning Roast. And we're doing numbers, man. Good job, Morning Roast. Sock it to me. Hey. Yee!
Kevin Burkhardt on a call for Fox Sports. What up, Larry June? As a red and gold reaction is brought to you by the San Francisco Sheriff's Office. Your future begins here. Visit sfsheriff.com and apply today. Shout out to YouTube, Twitch, Xfinity Mobile Text Line. Xfinity Mobile Text Line. Let me get that right. Download the Odyssey app, 95.7 The Game. Thousands of other stations and millions of podcasts are free on the Odyssey app. YouTube right now humming, Twitch humming, Xfinity Mobile Text Line, 888-957-9570. Christian McCaffrey, that 23-yard touchdown run, breaking 5 tackles on that play, 15 carries, 84 yards, averaged 5.6 yards a pop, another 4 catches for 22. Don't ever tell me that running backs will never matter again.
I know.
That trade, to swing Christian McCaffrey from Carolina to San Francisco is massive, and I can't wait to go into next season with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. Christian McCaffrey is a Hall of Fame talent. He's a stud, maybe one of the best running backs in football today.
We have all offseason to break all of this down. Center, right tackle, third wide receiver. Like, if I'm looking at offense alone, those are what I need. Like, I like Juwan Jennings.
Must have.
I need a legit third wide receiver, especially if Debo's not going to be that kind of a separator. Well, you watch Philly; they got 3 receivers.
Is Danny Gray that guy?
I don't know. Well, whatever. We need another receiver. Would you agree? We need a slot guy.
Absolutely.
We need another slot guy.
You know what though?
They had no one working the slot.
Shasky, we keep talking about the quarterback spot for the last 10 years. How many years have we been screaming for a slot receiver?
Or a 6'3" guy.
Maybe Richie James Jr., maybe Trent Taylor.
Bruce Ellington.
Quentin Patton. For the life of me, for the last 12 years, the Niners need a slot receiver. Kyle Williams at one point. Kyle Williams may have been the most productive slot receiver.
You're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, and we got all offseason to break all of this down. And then I look at D tackle. I need an opposite edge rusher of Bosa and maybe another safety. I don't know. I thought Gibson had a pretty good year. But here's the number one thing. This is the part that drives me nuts. They went in the NFC Championship game into the second half with their 4th quarterback. And then he went down, and they couldn't throw a forward pass. We are going to have to endure an entire offseason of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Brock Purdy, Jimmy G, Trey Lance. There are going to be so many quarterbacks thrown at the wall. That's the part I'm fatigued already. We haven't even started the offseason, and I'm already fatigued on quarterbacks.
It's
already.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at Twitter all like that. I just haven't. Let's go back out to the lines. By the way, the Niners had 11 accepted penalties, more than referee John Hussey's regular season crew had per game for both teams in 2002. The most since 2002. Eagles got 7 first downs via penalty per ESPN Stats Info. That's the most in a playoff game since 2002.
3 or 4 on one drive.
2 on that one drive. 3 on that one drive. 3. Automatic first downs.
Horrible.
The drive that I thought changed the complexion of the football game.
I agree.
It was 7-7. Jimmy Ward gets calls for pass interference.
I know.
To me, it's a bang-bang play. Both players are engaged in contact. It's within the 5-yard box.
AJ engaged him.
Play
he put
on.
his hands on his shoulders.
On. It's the NFC title game. And it's just not us talking about it. It's Rich Eisen.
Yes.
Matt Mayoko is very... How can I put it?
I would say measured in his criticism of anyone, let alone the officials.
He went off at the officials.
Exactly.
Rich Eisen.
Kawakami.
Sherman. Kawakami. Multiple people went after the referee saying, what is this? Even Mike Greenberg, who doesn't say anything. Greedy says nothing. And he was like, damn, I would be ticked off if I was a Niner fan.
They lost control of that game, but so did the Niners in the trenches. I feel like the Niners in the trenches, like whether Brock was going to stay upright or not, we could have all of these fan fiction novels on what coulda, woulda, shoulda happened. But like early in the game, I could feel that the Eagles had more power on both sides of the line, and they were pushing us around. Now, could we have overcome it? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. But it felt like they had their way with us. At least, okay, it was 6 plays. So, I mean, who knows?
Right. Who knows? But I got to say
6 plays.
Something.
We got 6 plays with Brock Purdy in an NFC Championship game. 6 plays.
That was a big boy football game in the trenches. And one guy who hasn't played like a big boy over the course of his 49ers career is Javon Kinlaw. Some of the clips that are coming out with him in that football game, just getting railroaded. He was on skates, right? He was on ice skates yesterday, just getting dominated in the trenches.
Believe it.
He's too damn big, too massive to get bullied like that in the trenches. He's getting blown off the ball for 5, 6, 7 yards. Jason Kelce whipped him. Go look at Baldy's breakdown.
When you watch Fred Warner go out writhing in pain with some sort of a collarbone injury, shoulder injury, and he comes back on that field, and you got a guy in front of you who's getting thrown around like that, that's got to hurt.
It's got to hurt. No wonder Drake Greenlaw looked bad. I mean, their lineman is getting to the second level.
Easily.
Because Kinlaw's showing no resistance, and I like Kinlaw.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I thought our corners held up, too. I thought Travarius Ward
played a phenomenal football game.
Jalen underthrew or overthrew so many receivers. He looked
Yeah.
He looked very
Even the swing routes he was throwing, the little quick hitters. Short, no zip, lofting them. Jalen's not right.
No.
The Eagles did nothing special. Like, that's why Joe DeCamera, who's in the studio next to us, it's laughable that he said this offense would be reminiscent of Bill Walsh's West Coast offense in the next 20 years. That Sirianni and company are going to revolutionize offensive football. Yeah. They did nothing that I haven't seen from Oklahoma in college football.
I agree with that. But to give them credit, they've built a tremendous roster, and I look at their fronts, like whatever it is, their front 4 or 5, whatever they
really
start.
Good.
No, it's outstanding. It's one of the largest group of human beings I've ever seen in my life. And then offensively, their offensive line is very, very, very talented. And I credit Lane Johnson, torn groin. Tremendous respect for that guy. Him and Bosa were going at it.
They were.
And Bosa's not right. And like Lane isn't right. And the two of them were giving their all.
No doubt.
I thought that was a fantastic matchup. But Kelce had his way up the middle.
Oh, he had his way.
To me, he's one of the great centers I've ever seen in my life. And I'm giving him the respect he deserves.
No doubt. Debo was so frustrated yesterday.
I felt for
that
him.
he went out there on kickoff return and said, I just need to get a touch on the ball. I need to get a touch. He went out there on kickoff return.
They're doing reverses and direct snaps and jet sweeps because they literally couldn't throw a forward pass.
In the NFC Championship game, we looked like San Rafael High School running a wing tee. I don't even know if they run the wing tee anymore.
And that's
Coach Peralta, Reardon High School.
Yeah, they used to.
That's basically what it was.
But that's where all these people losing their mind on Shanahan. What do you expect him to do?
Right.
Okay, yes, I was one of the people saying just put Juszczyk in. If you can't throw, you got to do something. But at the end of the day, I also take a step back. I'm like, come on. What's he supposed to do? He got us this far with a third quarterback.
No doubt.
And we all, who knows if Brock is him or not him or somewhere in between?
We have no idea.
Who freaking knows?
We have no idea.
But the fact that they got this far is an incredible achievement. That being said, they fell short.
They fell short.
They fell short.
It
sucks.
It's humbling.
We got to wear that L.
31-7. They lose the NFC title game for the second year in a row. You got to wait all offseason. You got to get through training camp. There's no guarantees you get back to this point.
Well, that's why
teams are going to be better.
I felt the sideline, Kittle, Juszczyk, Debo, some of these gladiators, their NFL lifespan is so small, and the margins of victory are so thin. I mean, look right now, Kansas City, how many Super Bowls have they been to?
This is their third Super Bowl.
Third. Okay, they have the greatest player on the planet.
Right.
They've only got the one Super Bowl.
One Super Bowl.
One more than us. But I'm
Right.
saying, like, think of how outstanding they've been for 5 straight years.
Got one Super Bowl.
And everyone's crushing the kid this morning, and they shouldn't.
Right.
But they're crushing the kid on the sideline play, and they got in by the hair of their teeth.
But think about that one Super Bowl. The Niners, if they do win that one Super Bowl.
Everything's changed.
But this is also why you can't blow games early in the season.
I know.
You lose the Denver game. You lose in Chicago.
Atlanta.
Now, I'm gonna give them an alibi. 7 defensive starters out in that football
but
game.
That's
tough.
But
you
looking
lose,
back
but
at
you
the
lose,
season,
you needed home field advantage.
Yes.
Because what did I tell you in the first quarter? The Niners aren't getting any 50-50 calls today. You're not going to get any 50-50 calls.
And that week 1 bye in the playoffs for Philly, I could see the difference. We looked physically gassed.
They were fresher.
That's a reality. And you know what? Credit to them for getting the number 1 seed and handling business.
They went through 3. I mean, the Seahawks brought it. Remember, that Seahawks game was a game late in the third quarter.
I know.
And it flipped when Aminahu forced Geno Smith into a fumble. Then the Dallas Cowboy game goes out to the wire.
Yeah.
That was a physical football game. Then you go on a short week like the Cowboys did. Hey, no excuses. Short week, none of that. Flying East Coast, there's no excuses whatsoever. But this is why one of these years you better go get home field advantage.
Right.
It is so much easier, so much less stress. You don't have to get on the flight.
Yeah.
You don't have to get to another team hotel. None of that stuff. Get home field advantage for once. And 2 years in a row, they didn't get home field advantage, and it hurt.
Yeah, and they looked like the team especially in the second half. They looked gassed. They were completely gassed. And again, when you handle business during the regular season, you get the advantage. They had the built-in advantages because they earned it.
Let's go to Bay Rob in the Bay. Bay Rob, what's happening, man? You're on the roast. Bay Rob, you there? Gone. Let's go to Ronnie in Pleasant Hill. Ronnie, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, Ronnie.
It was a great listening to you guys all season. It was a hell of a run. I mean, the thing that Shanahan did this year, I think you got to give him all the props in the world. Getting down to his third-string quarterback and going off and ripping off 12 wins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty unbelievable. Even yesterday, we were in the game in the first half.
I know.
Game. And one fumble, it switches the whole game plan.
Yep.
I would have been perfectly content down 14-7. But you know what? I tip my hat out to all those players out there. They played their asses off. And
It did. It's a hell of a year, Ronnie. Great call. This was a fun, special season. And coming out here to Philadelphia with you, Shasky, was a special experience. It was a lot of fun. I liked the heckling before we got to the parking lot. All right, we walked around Saturday, went to Ish Kabibbles, cheesesteak, unbelievable. And people were friendly. Oh, you guys are going down tomorrow. You guys flew all the way out here to lose.
Yeah,
now you had a couple
friendly
SUs
smack
here and there. But friendly smack talk, I expect that.
Which was awesome.
I respected it. There were some really good Eagle fans. And then you had those nerds in the parking lot who knew that if we touched them, we were going to end up on the internet.
Yep.
We couldn't do that.
Canceled.
So it was a wild scene. By the way, the Texans and 49ers defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans could meet as soon as this afternoon as he handles his San Francisco responsibilities. If all goes well, a hire could be finalized Tuesday or Wednesday. He's their top candidate. It appears a homecoming is on its way to happening. That's per Ian Rappaport. If I'm DeMeco, why do you want that job?
I don't know, but B, if they have to go outside of the organization to get a defensive coordinator, that's probably what I would do, as opposed to elevating someone. When they lost Robert Saleh, they brought up DeMeco, and he was kind of like a guy in waiting. I don't know. Unless Chris Kosarek wants to be that guy, I don't know if that guy's internal.
Yeah, I don't know.
And let me just throw another thing at you. Would you be open to a scheme change?
I wouldn't mind a 3-4. But does that mean Bosa has to stand up on the edge?
I'm just asking out loud.
I like a 3-4 defense.
I'm just asking out loud.
Then you got to draft another linebacker. You got to get a linebacker who can come off the edge, like a Bud Dupree did back in the day with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm open as anything.
I'm not married to this. If DeMeco walks, I'm with you.
Listen,
get the best coordinator possible. We'll find the roster.
And let's keep it a buck. You're in your nickel defense like 60-70% of the time anyway.
No doubt. No doubt. You're 100% correct on that. And the other thing, we talking about needs. The Jimmy Ward thing, what he said in the locker room at the end of the game.
Spinoni, let's go to Bay Rob to Spinoni. If you got Jimmy Ward sound, I want to play that on the other side because it did not sit well with your boy. Let's go to Bay Rob first in the Bay Area. Bay Rob, he's back. Bay Rob.
What's up with Bonte and Butcher Boy?
What's up,
How
baby?
I'm hurting.
man, yeah, we hurting, but you know what? We had a good season and everything, man. I ain't got too many complaints, man. I know things happen and stuff, but my auntie gripe with Shanahan. Shanahan did a great job for what he had. My auntie gripe with him is not throwing that flag, man.
Mm-hmm.
That flag was big. That changed the whole perception of the game. Like if we get that flag, they gave us their best shot on that first run. They tried to play us on that fourth down. We stop them, get off the field. It's a whole different game. But a lot of stuff we talked about that we was worried about during the season. McGlinchey over there, he got chewed up. I'm with y'all on Kinlaw. Got to get rid of him. We've been stressing about a big receiver that could go down the field.
I know.
That can catch the ball.
I know.
And some things we got to address. I believe we go get back. We go be all right. We good. But the Philadelphia fans, they is trash, bro. I went out there a couple of years ago when we played Philly. Even we thumped them and we won. And we still almost got into a fight. I'm talking about we 20 deep. And we got one dude trying to bring up all this commotion over a game that's at the beginning of the season. They fans is a mess, man. So that's one thing within itself. But we going to be all right, man. But we got to address these problems. I think we going to be back. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of football. But another thing, these referees got to do a whole lot better. I felt like they got a whole lot of calls in their way. And if you look at this whole game, go look at what Philly did. Jalen Hurts only had 120 yards.
I know. It was nothing special.
Well, no, I would say the one thing that Jalen did really well, was buy time.
He did buy time.
I thought that he made a really nice touch pass on one where he was like scrimming. And that this goes back to you don't have a speed guy. And so when things break down, Bosa's not tracking nobody down. Armstead's not tracking nobody down. I thought Charles Omeni, who played a really good game yesterday.
He did.
But they need one guy coming off that edge with the speed, the closeout speed.
This is where D Ford. This is why they traded for D Ford.
100%.
Exactly why they traded for him. So you need one of those
they
guys.
miss that guy.
And everybody's looking for that now. Everybody in the league. I thought the Eagles bringing in Hassan Reddick.
It was this genius
and
move.
Baldy brought this up last week, and I never knew this. And you see it up close and personal. When the Eagles go to that 5-man defensive front,
they're humongous.
They eat up so much space, and then all of a sudden they know the weakness is their linebacking core, and you don't even get to their linebackers.
No. They were in the backfield, and McCaffrey would boom, boom, 2 yards. And I'm going, oh, yeah, that's like a nice 5-yard run. No, that's a 1 or 2 yard run because he had to break 3 tackles in the backfield.
Let's go to Akil in Dublin. Akil, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, you guys talked about it. That loss to the Rams and the Chiefs, those losses were devastating, and there was a lot of unanswered questions about whose fault it was. Yesterday's loss, we all know what the problem is, so it's easier to accept. It's been a hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what the weakness is. All comes back to the offensive line, especially that right side.
All right. Call us back, man. Your phone connection went out. Let's go to Eric and Hayward real quick.
Up, Eric?
What's happening? You're on the roast.
What's going on, Bonte and Butcher Boy, man? I just want to give out a big-ass shout-out. You guys went out there and repped the red and gold. You guys were out there, baby. But what happened to my boy, Butcher Boy, at the end? He was wearing a gray shirt, baby. What's happening with that?
That was a gray 49ers shirt.
Yeah, and B, how much beer did I get? Yeah. I literally changed. We got back to the hotel, and I told B, I got to change all my outfit. And I changed my whole outfit and went up to the room. Everything was just drenched. You have no idea, bro. And I was wearing a Jerry Rice shirt afterwards.
Eric, go ahead, finish up.
You Butcher Boy. Also, I want to say, I just want to see what you guys say. I just want to say, what happened to our bread and butter, the running game? That's it, baby.
There was nowhere to go because they knew the run was coming because you couldn't throw.
Yeah. Well,
you literally couldn't throw.
Yeah, they were going 9 in the box at some point. I mean, literally, they knew the passing game was done.
George Kittle was wide open.
On the flat. Right before, the play before Josh Johnson fumbled, Kittle was wide open in the flat. And he couldn't even, now granted, he was looking left. You just turn around to the right, you dump it off to Kittle. He had somebody in front of him who could turn into a lead blocker. That play's going for at least 40. It's a huge play right out of halftime. You're right back in the game. And we always discuss George Kittle being a tone setter. When he makes a play, it gives that team extra juice. You never got one of those pop plays from George Kittle yesterday.
No.
You couldn't because you had no quarterback. You never got a pop play from Deebo Samuel.
Josh hit him on like a 13-yard out on that one first down.
Drive.
Yes, that was one throw. He had one good throw. I can't believe we're talking about Josh Johnson in the NFC Championship game, B.
Josh Johnson.
B, when I went to training camp, it was like, okay, there's Trey, there's Sudfeld, there's Purdy,
Brock.
there's Jimmy throwing on a small field. Josh Johnson, he was here for like 6 weeks.
Josh Johnson was playing quarterback in his
okay, it showed how delusional Niner fans are because I'm one of them, and I'm right there with you. I was screaming at UB because I was so desperate. I think you have to go to Kyle Juszczyk
and I was
here.
like, for what?
I said you have to go to Kyle Juszczyk in the NFC Championship game. Bonte, I couldn't believe what I was saying.
No, I was just...
You were looking at me going, Josh Johnson is playing quarterback in the NFC Championship game. And I'm not trying to knock the guy. I'm just saying, like, that's where we were at.
I thought Fred Warner Jr. was going to be out for the game. He was down, kicking his leg. I said, dear God, already? Fred Warner Jr.? Bosa survived that game. He was out, in and out. Spencer Burford was out.
Yeah.
It felt like for half the game.
I know.
Half the game, he was on the sideline.
Everybody was hurt.
Everybody was jumping like flies,
and that's because they're big and physical. Like, I want to give them the appropriate credit. Like, Miles Sanders ran hard at times in this game. Boston Scott had his opportunities. But their offensive line up front and on the edges, they blocked really well on the edges.
All right, two things I want to get to before the injury report. We also got Adam, Ryan, and Patrick. We'll get to them in just a second. But I want to get to Jimmy Ward and Trent Williams.
Oh, my God.
First, let's get to Jimmy Ward, who I thought had a very good game. But he's always hinted at, hey, they haven't paid me. I feel like the writing's on the wall. We always talk about Draymond Green saying things.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward has done this all season long. I want you to listen to this clip of what Jimmy Ward said after the game.
Great team player, man. I said that, great team player, because I think that's who I was and that's what I was. That was my role there. And I think I took advantage of that. And I feel like I made plays wherever they picked me. And I dealt with injuries all throughout my career, and I bounced back. Resilience, man, at its finest, and proved a lot of doubters wrong. I'm still gonna prove some more doubters wrong. It's just who I am as a person, you know. I was kind of born and, raised in adversity through tough times. So going through this, if being in the NFL, getting paid millions of dollars to play football, you know, people all in your DMs telling you suck or you're good, you're awesome, and then come back, oh, you suck, and this and that. If that's tough times, like, that's sweet. That's easy for me. I've been in real hard life situations. So, like I said, I feel like the 49ers going to have a great team next year and years to come, man. They got some great players in this building and great coaching staff, great GM, great owner, and they know what they're doing. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be in this position next year as well.
Read the room a little. Like, I get it. I know it might be your last opportunity to talk to some of these reporters and all that, but like what you say in the microphone is going to be chopped up and distributed no matter what your intentions were. Like, come on, man, you got to read the room a little.
And then saying they're going to have a good team next season. I believe they have the good structure. They have a good GM, a good coach. They started using they.
Well, and let's take a step back.
Come on, Jimmy.
He don't look at. I from his perspective, he might feel like the Niners owe him something or whatever. I look at it the other way. I'm like, Jimmy, you were a combo safety corner coming out of a small school. The Niners took you. You weren't very good at either position for a long time, and we could blame coaching and scheme and the roster and all those things. And then when this particular front office got in charge, you started to showcase yourself.
Right.
And they paid you. They paid you really well.
Right.
And you know what? They found you a position at free safety, and you balled there. Then they needed you to play slot corner, and you balled there too. In fact, you had your most successful season this year at that in terms of interceptions.
Really well at nickel corner.
Really well, and you're going to get paid at some point. Like, I get it. You're frustrated and angry. Read the room a little in the locker room after you've lost in the NFC Championship game the way you did.
I get you want to keep it real.
I get that too.
But then in that locker room, right after that beatdown in Philadelphia, you lose 31-7. You're talking about they're going to have a good team next year.
And I played well.
And I played well.
Well, I played well.
That wasn't a catch. Oh, so I did play well. And they called the pass. Oh, yeah, I played well.
Hey, Bonte, when our ratings weren't good. I know our ratings weren't good back in the day, but I did well.
Right.
You'd slap me.
I gave great takes. My takes were good.
It's a bad look for him. And I like Jimmy because I thought Jimmy played his heart out, and I thought he was a good player for this team. And I'd love to have him back. I'm going to make that very clear. I'd love to have him back.
I'd love to have him back, too.
But, man, that's a tough look for him.
It is a tough look. Trent Williams. Trent Williams, man. And we were out the stadium by that point. We had to leave early. And let me tell you something. One of the ladies who works at the gate, we're walking out of the stadium, and the panic on her face is saying, guys, get out of here now. You're going to walk straight and make a left. Be safe. Get your Uber. Hurry up and get out of here. It's like, what?
I thought
the White Walkers were coming?
They were the White Walkers. They were.
I mean, come on, man.
The literal White Walkers.
We'll get to the Uber driver in just a second because we have a great story about that.
That was maybe the most.
So
wow.
Trent Williams dipping that Eagle player. Look, it's not the best look in the world, but damn it, I rock with Trent Williams.
You never heard the Chris Rock? I don't condone it, but I understand.
I understand it. And he went out there and dipped him, and he was looking for that smoke.
Oh, yeah, he wanted it.
Trent's frustrated.
They were all frustrated.
You know what? And the Eagles are showboating. They were talking a lot. Their players, their fans. That's a cocky bunch. I'm pulling so hard for Mahomes to throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Please,
Andy
Reid, you're our only hope.
Please, Andy, get your revenge against the city of Philadelphia. Please, Andy, please. All right, let's get to the calls again, and then we got an Uber story for the ages. This is how sick it was out here.
Oh, my God.
Let's go to Adam in Philadelphia, right here to 215. Adam, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What up, Philly?
Yo, buddies. How are you? Listen, first off, great game yesterday. Now, are you guys in Philly?
Yeah.
You're saying you're
we're at WIP right now.
94 WIP.
And I'm wearing my Niner sweatshirt.
2400 Market Street.
There you go. So really quick, Hammer, Richie, Seltzer, we did it, baby. Now, okay, first off, you got to stop disrespecting us. Us fans, we ain't that bad.
No, your fans suck. Your fans suck, Adam. Your fans suck. They stink. They suck. I had a 65-year-old old man telling me, F you, you're a little... Calling me the F word. Go back to Castro. Like 65-year-old old man. Like
throwing hot dogs at us.
Your ass,
Spitting
you old
on me.
man. I mean, come on, man. Like, dude, it's like have some class.
If that happened at Levi's, you know what the general tone would be around the country.
Like, get out of here, Adam. You're a clown. Let's go to another Philly guy. He's a Niner fan though.
Okay.
Patrick.
What's up, Patrick?
What's happening? You're on the roast. Patrick, going once, going twice.
He gone.
All right, let's get to the Uber story. Because the lady at Lincoln Financial
Most
Field.
gangster Uber driver of all time.
We're out there. Ivan, Ryan, Hef, Worldwide Hef. Tyler, who we met from D.C., he's a roaster.
Yes.
He's living in D.C. right now.
In
We're
his
all
white
walking out together.
Fred Warner jersey.
Niner fans walking out together, right?
We had to get out of there.
This lady goes, guys, hurry up. I'm going to tell you where to go right now.
I felt
go
like
straight and left. The White Walkers are coming. You need to just get to the bunker immediately. Like the panic in her face. So the Uber driver waits for us, and she was a real one. A real one. We gave her maximum tip.
Oh, yeah.
Shasky, we get into the Jeep, one's in the trunk. And then she got us as close to the hotel as possible. And when we got a block away from the hotel, Shasky took it away. Because what happened then was just insane.
Okay, so we're going down these tiny little one-way streets, and we're all packed into this car. Your boy Ryan is in the back of the trunk of the car, and the car stops. We can't go anywhere because they got it barricaded. And she's like, you know what? The hotel's 2 blocks out. Well, you guys just get out and go. We got out. We took how many steps?
5 steps. And this girl runs to Ryan, throws him the double bird in his face. F you. F you. That's all they say out here.
Yeah.
F you.
Double middle fingers in the face.
Double middle fingers. F you. You're an MFer. You're a vagina. All this stuff, right? And so Ryan's like, yo, you better get up off me.
So the girl comes out with her purse and goes, I keep the heater on me, and goes, get back in the car, you guys.
Get back in the car.
I'm going to get you home safe.
The Uber driver gets us back in the car. So we get back in the car. We lock the doors.
She also hates Philly fans, by the way.
Yeah, she does. And then she gets out of the car. She goes, I'm going to talk to the police. We're going to get you at the Doubletree Hotel.
Yes.
So then we drive through the street with a police escort.
Like the zombies are all around us, surrounding us. We were sitting ducks. They're banging on the windows. The cops got to clear us through. We had 40 steps to go.
40 steps to go.
And it was as bad as I've ever seen. They were throwing, yelling, cussing, swearing. Thank God we got into the hotel safely.
Oh, man. Now, I did throw some shots at some people before we got into the hotel. You know, I had to talk my talk. But, like, if you're going to talk trash, be a little creative. Talking trash is not saying F you, you're an MFer. It's not even, they weren't even saying the Niners suck. They were just saying, F you, get out of here. You suck. You're a this, you're a that. Like, that's not trash talk.
Yeah.
Those are fighting words.
It's just,
and none of those dudes can fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm Joe Frazier or something.
We were going to a football game to support our team, and they're throwing things at us. I felt like it was medieval times, the way we were walking in and walking out of that.
It was
thing.
embarrassing.
It really was.
They're shameful. They're a shameful bunch of
and
humans.
honestly, shame on the broadcasters that work here who call themselves classy, who have families, because they like lean into it and they like, oh yeah, that's just passion. That's just passion.
That's not passion.
Yet if a bunch of white, Asian, black, and Latin fans for Niner fans did that to anyone, they would be on the cover of CNN tomorrow.
No doubt.
And we'd be saying, look at these thugs
No
and these
doubt.
gangsters.
No doubt. I mean,
I was proud of Niner fans.
A guy asked me, and I didn't even know this. He goes, what part of Camden are you from?
I didn't even know what that meant.
I didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant, but apparently it's like where all the black people live, and it's a hood or whatnot. I don't know.
That was like 75th on the things that I heard. And I got to say, I love you. They were coming at you so hard, and I felt like I tried to hold you back on numerous occasions, and I'm proud of you that you didn't react because it would have canceled the both of us. We would have been fired on the spot.
No doubt. And some of these clowns here at 94 WIP, we walk in, that's just how it is here. You guys asked for it. I was like, man, screw you. We checked every single person except for Hugh Douglas and Seth Joyner. They're two big-time linebackers. They're buff.
But Hugh Douglas,
even Hugh said, they're insane. You got to just ignore it. Because they just want to say that they enticed you to do something. Like Joey Bosa was like, who are you doing? Snapchat your butt buddies? Like, they're coming at Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa
with the camera
kick
out.
your ass.
With the camera out. Because they're looking for the reaction.
They're looking for the reaction.
Can say, I got you.
And put you on Barstool and go viral.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. For the rest of my life.
I will hate Philadelphia.
It's
for the rest
fans.
of my life.
The city's dope. The city is
nice.
I met some great people. There were a lot of great people, but there are so many bad eggs that ruin it for the entire bunch.
Yep. No, the you know.
And I also get it now.
Right.
I know why Steiny's the way Steiny is now. I get it.
But there are a lot of softies. They're fake tough guys. I'm not calling Steiny a fake tough guy. There's a lot of fake tough guys. Joe Fordball had the bravado. All of a sudden, he's tough. All of a sudden, he's from the Philadelphia Eagles. He never wore Eagles gear. In the time I worked with him in 95-7 the game, I've never seen him in Eagles gear.
So we're sitting in 116. We get down to our seats, row 4, and this guy comes up, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes before the game. He goes, hey, are you two guys, sports radio guys from San Francisco? And Bonte goes, yes, we are. And we're talking, and there are all some cool fans around us, some really cool fans. He goes, I listened to that thing on the crossover that you guys do with them. That was absolutely hilarious.
He goes, I can't believe you told the city of Philadelphia where you're sitting. I was like, why? Why not?
It was
I'm
great.
right here.
Exactly.
I'm not going anywhere.
And we sat there the whole time.
With our gear on.
And we took it.
We took it. We laughed. We took it. But Philly fans are a joke. They're a joke. All these clowns around here at 94 WIP. And trust me, Shasky and I have told everybody in this building how big of a clown they are.
It's low life.
They're low life.
It's very low life.
They're a joke.
And the worst part about it was we met some great people. Some really great people. The young man who was getting into journalism, the young man behind us who was getting into journalism, who's about to finish up his... I mean, him and his father were great people. Great diehard fans. But there's some bad ones.
And there's some people saying that fade and ball is in your heads. No, it's not. We just clapped back. We didn't. He looked for a reaction all weekend. He tweeted at Shasky, folks.
Nonstop.
He tweeted at Shasky, and this is how it started. And we didn't say anything, but he tweeted Shasky tweeted about the city being nice,
I
like
loved
the architecture,
Loved it.
the food, everything. And he claps in and said, "Oh, look at Shasky being all nice before he gets beat up tomorrow."
Who says that?
That's what you're coming with. First of all, Shasky's not getting beat up tomorrow. We're not going to let that happen. Not the way we marched yesterday.
No.
But who are you to say that somebody's going to get beat up
at a football game?
That's your bully tactics to scare it. Like, oh, you're going to get beat up. Ha ha ha. You're proud of that? These guys are a joke out here at the 205. And I've told everybody in their face here at WIP that they are a joke. Clowns. Let's get back to the lines. 888-957-9570. Let's go to Scott in Hillsborough. Scott, what's happening? You're on the road.
What up, Scotty?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
It's about 8 o'clock here in the West Coast, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's surprising that you're not talking much about the way that the defense really lost their class. I mean, it started with Hufanga pushing Hurd out of bounds. That was cold-blooded. And then Greenlaw punching the ball like that. That's like Bush League. And they panned over to the coach.
I agree.
The coach says he's trying to get the ball out. Like he lost control of his defense there. And then it ended with Trent Williams, throwing that guy down. It's just like, come on, man, let's keep it together at least. If you're
I'm with you on that.
But keep your class.
I'm with you on that, and I know that they're frustrated, but, man, you got to – when you're losing, how you act as a loser is very important. You know what I mean? Like, you got to show better sportsmanship in class. Now, I know it's the pros. This ain't CYO. I'm not trying to pretend. But I had a huff time. B, what did I say when Hufanga pushed him late? I said I'd probably throw him out of this game.
Yeah.
I literally said that. I probably would because you could get that guy hurt along the sideline with all the cameras and everything like that. Like, I thought that was a bad look from the Niners. The Dre Greenlaw thing, There's no. I mean, I know he's trying to punch the ball, but that's not punching the ball. That's not football play.
Right.
That's not a football play. You're doing like Ken Norton Sr.
Right.
roundhouses into the Tide Boat body. Like, what are you doing?
What
are you doing?
I don't know what
are you
was said.
doing?
I would love to hear from Trent
I didn't
Williams.
like that.
I don't know what dude said.
I'm with
I don't
him.
know what was thrown. I don't know what was grabbed. But obviously, he ticked the hell out of Trent Williams off. He ticked him off. And he got DDT'd. Flags are everywhere. Benches cleared. Trent Williams ejected from the football game. Just a rough day to be a 49er fan. And a rough day to be the 49ers as they lose their second consecutive NFC title game. And we got all offseason to talk about the offseason. Today's not the day. Today's all about reacting to the game. What went wrong? What could they have done better? And there's a lot of things that could have done better. One, keep your quarterback healthy. All right, block Hassan Reddick. All right, let's try that one. Maybe not get your quarterback hurt. All right, it's just
how did we start off? Trey got hurt in week 2. He's still in a walking boot.
Still in a walking boot.
Jimmy got hurt in what, week 13?
Yeah, the Miami game.
Okay,
Miami.
Jimmy got hurt week 13. He's over here.
Or whatever
and
week
I don't
that
know.
was. Week 12,
All
week 13.
these screenshots of him smiling on the sideline. I'm not mad at these guys. Like, you can take anything out of context. Whatever. People want to be outraged. I'm not outraged at Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's still hurt. He's on the sidelines. Brock Purdy goes in, 6 plays in, he gets hurt. 5th play of the third quarter, Josh Johnson goes down. How? And then people are mad at Shanahan. How did you even get this far is the question I have.
How?
Without Shanahan, you don't even get close to this. Name a team in the history of the NFL who's winning multiple games with their third-string quarterback.
We just saw the Philadelphia Eagles play with Gardner Minshew. Jalen Hurts got hurt for 2 weeks, and the Eagles could do nothing.
I know.
Nothing. They got beat up by the Saints at home with Gardner Minshew.
And look,
that was their second-string quarterback who's got NFL experience.
I know. It's just, and now everyone's coming back. You should address 3. I mean, I guess you should address 3. I don't even know.
I don't.
Like B. I don't
who's
even know.
Who's out there? I don't even know who's out there.
I don't even know who's out. Yeah, who would it be? I have no idea.
No idea. No clue. All right, let's go to Ryan in the city. Ryan, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's up, guys?
What's up,
Ryan?
Ryan?
What's up, guys? I just wanted to say I'm kind of mad at our fans that are saying fire Shanahan and all that. Because,
I am too.
Come on, dude. We got a 5th, 6th string quarterback. I mean, I get it. I get CMC throws, juice throws, but what if they get injured? Who are we going to blame? So
yeah, that's idiotic. That's idiotic. That's just dumb.
I'm actually kind of happy about our fans too, about how they treated Cowboy fans a couple weeks ago. And man, these Philly fans, man, you guys, I'm just gonna say it to you guys, Philly fans suck. I was like, you guys beat a 5th string, 6th string quarterback. What are you so proud of? So that's why I'm rooting for Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I can't believe we're here.
I wanted to just get off my chest.
Yeah,
I can't believe we went full circle from hating the Chiefs to now we're rooting for them.
You know, I told myself yesterday I wasn't going to watch the Super Bowl. I was going to take Baby Chaz to the zoo and go do something else. I'm lying to myself. I'm watching the Super Bowl.
I know we are. I said the same thing to you. I'm going to go golfing.
Yeah,
right.
We're watching the Super Bowl, and we're going to be bitter about it. And I'm praying that the Chiefs' offensive line can contain the Eagles' front and just slice them up. I need to go sign Odell Beckham Jr. for one game, please. Go. Is he healthy?
I don't even know.
Sign him.
Is Pacheco healthy after watching the end of that game?
Is Juju healthy?
I don't know who's healthy after that game.
Tony healthy? I mean, please.
And Chris Jones,
the Eagles.
Please, dear God, have a game.
Have the game of your life.
Oh, my God. I can't believe we're here.
All right, we're going to get to the rest of the calls, man. 888-957-9570. We appreciate everybody on YouTube watching. We appreciate the Xfinity mobile text line. We appreciate Twitch. I see your calls out there. Just hang tight, Verducci.
We're setting
Patrick,
numbers on YouTube.
Sam, Red, everybody out there, hang tight. We'll get to everybody on the other side, but now it's time for the Boxer and Gerson injury report. All right, the Niners season came to an end yesterday at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, in part due to their starting quarterback suffering an elbow injury. Brock Purdy sustained an injury to his UCL ulnar collateral ligament in the first quarter yesterday. Purdy's expected to get an MRI on his elbow today. The 49ers are hoping that the damage is not too serious. If the ligament is not ruptured, Purdy should be able to get back to throwing the football in 6 to 8 weeks. The injury report brought to you by Boxer and Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. Thank you to Boxer and Gerson for this trip of a lifetime. Shasky and I had so much damn fun. We met so many cool Niner fans. The Niner tailgate yesterday, the march to the stadium. I will never, ever forget it.
And then I hope Josh Johnson's well as well.
Yeah.
Like, I know we've kind of forgotten about his. He got knocked out.
He got knocked out with a concussion. Yeah,
as you're doing the injury report, like B, I said it to you right away. I go, he's done. I knew it right away. He folded.
Yeah.
He got up. He couldn't even. I said, get this guy out of the game for his own safety.
He was done. He was done. Poor Josh Johnson. The Red Gold Reaction.
Done.
Brought to you by Boxer and Gerzer, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. Again, Ray, Verducci, Patrick, Sam, hang tight. We'll get you on the other side here on the Morning Roast.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by John Vai's Bay Area Houses. Thinking of selling your home but don't want to deal with repairs, cleaning, realtors, photos, and showings? With John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com. You don't have to do any repairs or pay any commissions. Visit John Vai's Bay Area Houses.com.
Come into Friedman's Appliance and see the full line of Fisher & Paykel appliances. Experience them in person in live vignettes, including their famous dish drawer dishwasher and unique sizes of refrigeration designed to fit seamlessly into your kitchen space. Fisher & Paykel products deliver perfect results with exceptional design and performance. And for a limited time, receive up to a $2,000 rebate when you purchase a qualifying Fisher & Paykel kitchen package from Friedman's Appliance. Visit Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill or online at friedmansappliance.com.
Are you ready to boost your game at work, explode with energy at the gym, and really hit one out of the park in the bedroom? Balanced Medical Solutions has your back with the best solutions for ED, PE, weight gain, and chronic fatigue. Join thousands of Bay Area men who have said goodbye to low testosterone, low energy, and low libido who now feel like world champs. Mention this station until the end of the month to get a medical evaluation with labs, including hormone tests, for only $69. Call today and get a win. 510-679-3300 or visit balancedmedicalsolutions.com.
Hi, I'm Brian Bakhtiari, Executive Manager of Stevens Creek Subaru. With all the recent storms in California, it's a reminder of the power and unpredictability of Mother Nature. At Stevens Creek Subaru, we understand the importance of all-wheel drive, whether it's getting you to the slopes or coast, but more importantly, getting you back home safely. No matter what the elements, there's no better place to buy your next vehicle than Stevens Creek Subaru. Subaru has been awarded the most IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand since 2013, and Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand 8 years in a row. As always, at Stevens Creek Subaru, you always get good prices, great selection, and truly exceptional service. So whether you stop in for service or to take delivery of your new Subaru, remember to stop by the Wilderness Cafe and talk to our Subaristas. It's just another reason why Stevens Creek Subaru is the Bay Area's preferred destination for all things Subaru. We're located on Stevens Creek Boulevard just off of Winchester or online at StevensCreekSubaru.com. And remember, buckle up and drive safely.
When your home renovation waste becomes a disgrace, use Yellow Sack. With Yellow Sack Dumpster Bag, it's hassle-free next-day pickup, making haste of your waste stress-free and removing it fast. Call 1-833-YELLOW. That's 1-833-YELLOW. Or visit yellowsack.com. Take control of your projects today.
Neuropathy pain? Call Dr. Robert Dees, DC, 925-393-0100.
Does your heart long to wander? To encounter colorful creatures from the deep blue sea? And amazing animals from the Amazon and beyond? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco. Make your reservation to the California Academy of Sciences at calacademy.org. Explore Wanderwoods, our new outdoor playscape, now open.
Let me guess. Unknown caller? You could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection. The latest innovation from Discover will help regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data. And we'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection.
Nachos! Yeah, your nachos!
Hey, I'll take some.
Great. And some Frank's Red Hot.
Oh, nah, I'm good.
Oh, you're just gonna eat these dry, plain, boring nachos with no Franks? Oh, seriously? Frank it up. Frank it up. Come on, lady. Frank it up. Frank it up. Frank it up. Yeah! Yeah, this guy finally gets it. Hey, look, we're on the Jumbotron.
It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
What's it like to go to the South Pole? How do some animals change color? Can you catch a liar?
That's dangerous territory.
Can you trust a gut feeling? What about yawns?
Yes, yawning is contagious.
Mike Simpson here, and on my podcast, I've Got Questions. We go through all these things we're curious about and some stuff you probably don't expect.
Yo, strawberries are not even fruits at all.
So what are they? I've Got Questions. New episodes Thursdays on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
One more knee will do it. The Philadelphia Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Final call, Kevin Burkhardt, Fox Sports. Niners lose an NFC championship, 31-7. And oh, baby. Oh, baby. We got to live through it. We got a long offseason ahead of us. We have no idea who's going to play quarterback in week 1.
We got a long flight home.
We got a long flight home. I'm not looking forward to that.
I'm fatigued over Philly.
Oh, my gosh. We can't wait to get out of here. By the way, we will stop by Ready Terminal. Why not? Get some food.
Yeah.
Fly straight to the airport. Get straight to the airport and get the hell out of here.
I think the best thing that we had, the Philly cheesesteaks were off the hook.
Right.
That lobster
roll was
I kind of want to go back there.
Unbelievable. And we're like, so how should we eat it? She goes, well, the warm one is okay, but get it cold. And the chowder, how chunky it was. It was a hole-in-the-wall spot. Luke's Lobster Roll.
Yeah.
Luke's Lobster Rittenhouse, something like that.
It was killer.
About 5 minutes away from our hotel. It was amazing.
It was amazing. The only thing amazing left in the trip.
Ishkabibbles is good.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, by the way, we walked into Ishkabibbles on South Street in Philadelphia. Shasky and I walked in there. As we were walking up, they had the radio station blaring, WIP, 94 WIP, sports radio.
Which was awesome.
We walk into that cheesesteak spot, and it got quiet.
It was like we walked into church, wearing basketball uniforms. It was crazy. We had our Niner gear on. Everybody was looking at us. Imagine going into a taqueria on the late night, and every single person stops what they're doing.
Unbelievable. It was wild.
Incredible.
And everybody's talking. Then they had somebody out in the car. F San Francisco, F you guys. Like, they were getting, especially on Sunday, the kids were out the car. They were yelling. Like, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
That part was fun.
But we walk out the hotel room, you get these, these little college kids who probably go to UPenn or Villanova, little spoiled brats. You suck it. Yeah. So I walked up to one of them, because one of them was like, yo,
you
F
just
you.
stopped. You didn't even go up to him. You stopped, and he flew back.
And he goes, it's just a game, man. It's just a game. I was like, I know it's just a game. And Shasky's like, come on, man, come on.
I was like, just keep, dude, you got to just keep walking.
Stop, dude.
You got to just keep walking.
Like, come on, man.
You
That's all you're going to say. You're not creative. Be creative with your trash talk.
I know.
Anyway.
You know what stinks about the whole thing, man? Another offseason of quarterback talk. Everything's on the table. I hate to be this guy. I just know where this fan base is going. And the other thing is this, like, people saying that Brock Purdy should have went back into the game. Maybe they should have tried to throw. He literally couldn't physically throw. I knew it. I could see him on the sideline. I said to B, I'm watching him try to warm him. Like, the guy cannot throw the ball. No, he can't throw the ball. What are we doing here? Like, I just throw my hands up. Like, you're at Josh Johnson in an NFC championship game, and people are outraged over Shanahan. And yes, I do think he should have challenged that play. That did not make or break their season.
No, it didn't.
The injuries at quarterback ended them. Ended them.
You brought up quarterbacks, and I already have a headache thinking about it.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers' name, Lamar Jackson's name, Tom Brady's name. There's going to be the Jimmy fanatics. There's going to be the Brock fanatics. There's going to be the Trey Lance hive. Every single quarterback will be mentioned and linked to the 49ers. You just wait and see. You think I'm tripping?
I know you're not tripping. I already have a headache.
Of
thinking
course.
about trading Cap.
The kid Brock Purdy. I started to get excited, and I'm getting warmed up, and now it's like, oh, he might have a UCL pitcher injury. I said to you last night, I go, if it's the elbow and he can't feel the wrist,
he might be done.
That's a baseball injury. I knew right away, didn't I? I said, this is not good. And then the Schefter news came out, and I said, oh my God. Oh my God.
UCL. You called it.
I said this is a pitcher injury.
You called it.
Because when you can't feel your hand in your wrist, that's really bad.
And you're like, yo, Purdy's in a blue tent. I'm like, why?
Yes.
And we saw Josh Johnson warming up with number 17.
When I saw Juszczyk grab the quarterback tablet, I said, oh my God, we have reached an inflection point.
Josh Johnson started warming up. And I looked at you, I said, we must have pissed off the football guy somewhere along our life, somewhere along this trip. The football guy said, nope, you got to watch Josh Johnson lead you to a Super Bowl in an NFC title game in Philadelphia.
It's got a Cleveland Indian feel to it since the Steve Young era, doesn't it? In terms of like knocking on the door, like with the way the baseball team was knocking on the door, and they couldn't get it done. Like it's. Dude, this hurts for Niner fans, man, because we had a great team this year. It was a magical run, and maybe I was delusional enough to think that Brock could go into Philadelphia and at least give them a hellacious game. I'm not saying we would have won the game, because I think that's a tall task. We were the underdogs for a reason.
They didn't get a good whistle yesterday, no doubt.
We didn't even give him like 3.5 quarters of our best fight.
I know.
And that's the part that kills me.
No, shout out to everybody on the Xfinity Mobile text line, YouTube, and Twitch. Look, there were some really good Eagle fans out there. There was around our section. Really good Eagle fans.
I respect them.
I respect a lot of them.
Yeah,
I do. Then there were some classless ones, and look, all these little kids. We're not going to touch them. We're not going to fight. That wasn't going to happen.
I don't pay the money I pay to go to a game to fight.
They were like the 65-year-old before we left. I go to the urinal, and this guy was in his 60s.
And you're peeing and you're vulnerable with your pants.
And he literally put his 2 fingers in my face. F you. You're a punk. MFU. Go back to Castro, you little. Like, I can't do anything. First of all, I'm peeing. And then second, I'm like, what the hell?
The anti-gay slurs that were thrown our way. Honestly, it's like, man, I know people, and I know you've got so many racist remarks. I was holding you back on all, but I'm like, wow, we're here.
It's unbelievable.
Wow, we're here, huh?
Yeah, we're here. We're there.
And the throwing of stuff, hot dogs, ketchup, spit on, beers.
It was wild.
I got to wash all my stuff again.
415 Xfinity Mobile text line.
My whole bag smells like beer.
I love you too. Been one hell of a memorable season.
It was.
Bang, bang, Niner game. We had a lot of fun at the Niner tailgate yesterday.
It was a memorable. That's the thing that's going to get lost in the sauce. All the anger, I get it.
The tailgate was so fun.
It was a hell of a fun season.
510. Shout out to you two for being in the trenches yesterday. Winning the bowl next year in Raiders' home stadium will be sweet. Allegiant Stadium, that would be sweet. The 49er tailgate, that was on South Lawrence Street. We go in there, and it's fun, right? There's a lot of roasters in there. Coach Buck was in the building.
He had the play sheet. He should have went in for Josh Johnson. He could have read the play sheet quicker.
He had the play sheet. Another dude, I think his name was Carl. Yeah. He had the headset on. It was wild in there.
Leroy Glover.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's nephew.
So then we walk out. We're like, yo, we're not waiting until 2 o'clock to walk out and march. So we start marching out. Then we saw a dude with a flag. He goes, y'all going right now?
We're going.
He leads the way with the Niner flag.
Thousands of us.
Got 2 guys on the side with bicycles on the side of us.
Where did the bicycles come from?
I don't know. But I looked back, and the entire tailgate started walking.
I had
and it
chills.
was like, it gave me chills.
It was.
I was so proud of Niner fans yesterday.
Too.
And then we entered the parking lot. And for some reason, I start going psycho. I start jumping up and down.
For
like, let's
those
go.
that haven't seen Game of Thrones, the walk of shame, I swear to God, it was the exact same thing.
That was the same
Am I wrong?
Because we go into the parking lot. Now, you see the video on Twitter. So on our 95.7 Game page, pinned on Twitter. We're walking in, and then everybody's talking. They're talking their trash. Go home, you losers, blah, blah, blah. Then we make a right. And the walkway becomes thinner. It was so narrow. And I'm like, wait. And then we make another right. And then you got to go into this gate. It was like,
only
what?
2 people could fit through the gate. It was such a bottleneck. I was like, this is dangerous, man.
And then we walk through there, and there's another barbed wire fence, and Eagle fans are running up to talk trash.
Cops are doing nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't even think we went through metal detectors.
No,
I had a
they don't
Fiji
even
water.
pat you down.
Like, if this was Levi Stadium and I had this water, hey, could you please dump that out, sir?
Yes, 100%.
You can't take that in with you. It was in my pocket the whole time I walked to the stadium with
They didn't know. They had no metal detectors, no nothing.
It was wild.
Nothing.
Wild.
Shame.
Oh,
Shame.
next time we go out here, we have to be about 50,000 deep.
I'll tell you. I need those Orange Park boys from South City. Mike Dackaday, I know you're out there listening. We're mobbing deep.
Well,
I need you next time.
Well, it was,
but you know what?
Need
the Goons squad.
We may not need the Goons. Because if you mess with the wrong people and the brawl breaks out, it's not pretty,
We're
man.
all done.
We're all done. I'm so proud of Worldwide Hef. A guy, he was throwing his beer around, right? And he taps Hef's brim on his hat, slaps it.
Oh, the touching of us was unreal. I was like, come on, stop touching us.
A guy behind us, he started screaming my eardrum. I said, hey. I turned around and said, hey. You want to scream? Don't scream on my eardrum. He said, okay, I got it, pal.
Bro, they were testing Joey Bosa with the phone out. They want you to do something with the phone out.
It was wild. I'm proud
Joey
of Worldwide
Bosa.
Hef. Joey Bosa was ready to snap on him.
By the way, Joey Bosa wearing Niner gear. Bring that man home.
Dude, what he said, the kid said, he goes, you got to pay all those fines. He goes, well, I can afford it. I'm rich. You broke. That was so great.
I love Joey Bosa.
I watched that clip 1,500 times.
Me too. I kept laughing.
Dude, he goes, what are you doing, Snapchatting your butt buddies? Oh, my gosh.
They were trying Joey Bosa.
Oh, man. Unbelievable. Let's go to Verducci. Verducci, El Dorado Hills. Verducci, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? First off, I'm glad that you two are alive. Thank you for doing that. I love seeing all the tweets and all the videos that you took. Showing us the beauty of Philadelphia. But as soon as the game started happening, I was starting to see the tweets of what was happening in the tailgate area and just seeing the classless Philadelphia fans. It's so disappointing, man. And I'm so proud of the Niner faithful because I've been going to games since I've been a little guy, and I've never seen anything like that. Even when the Cowboys used to come into town, it was still keeping it classy, which I always respected about Niners fans. But to the game, it was tough, man. First off, I got to give Shanahan props. We were on our final quarterback.
Exactly.
And the way that he was able to get here to this point. And B, and Shasky, I ride sometimes Shanahan with sometimes his play calling. But you know what? What else were you supposed to do? It wasn't his fault that he had Josh Johnson. That is a management thing. They should have either got, after Mayfield.
Ducci, it was so late.
Kaepernick at this point.
Yeah, but Mayfield was put on waivers.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and the Rams claimed him.
Yeah, Mayfield was put on waivers, and the Rams have a lower seed, so they would have got him. Like, I hear you. Like, we were. I even asked B. I don't even know who the hell would have been out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once you're that low on the depth, like I know people are losing their mind. Maybe I'm a third string quarterback.
Right.
Like who? I'm legit.
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for the call, Verducci.
Josh Johnson.
I kept saying this, Shasky, over and over.
Bad for him.
I was just like, Josh Johnson. And you know what? He was trying to sling it.
hard.
He got hit. He got hit a couple times.
He was trying to throw it.
Well, Hassan Reddick
to go.
sacked him, which I don't know why Shanahan. Josh Johnson comes into the game. And Shanahan is running into backfield in shotguns with Josh Johnson.
And he was shaking.
And I'm just thinking.
That place was rocking.
Just run the ball.
But you know what? He's trying.
You know what? He's trying.
I know everybody's mad about play calling.
I'm not knocking Josh Johnson.
Here's what
I'm not knocking Shanahan. But he got sacked by Hassan Reddick, and he fumbled that ball.
Oh, no. Hassan Reddick clearly took the ball from him before he hit the ground. He didn't even get to his back foot on the play action, and he was in the dirt.
Cam Newton would have been nice yesterday, huh?
Hey, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is from here on out, this is the man. Like, if there's one thing, and it's a minor criticism.
Right.
From here on out, any 50-50 play where you see a receiver, a tight end, or a running back from the opposing team say, let's hurry it up,
throw the
flag.
Throw the flag.
I don't even care if you burn it. From here on out as a Niner fan, just throw the flag.
888-957-9570 is the Xfinity mobile text line, and that is the hotline. What's the most frustrating part about yesterday? If you could take one thing, what was the most frustrating aspect of that football game?
Brock getting hurt.
Was Brock getting hurt?
On the sixth play.
Was it the defense?
Of the offense.
Becoming unhinged yesterday in the second half?
What do you expect? I mean, I'm not trying to condone negative. Like there were a lot of unsportsmanlike, unclassy actions, and I'm not trying to condone. I get the frustration, though.
Dude.
I get it. The team's rubbing it in your face. You're in a hostile environment. You're down to your fourth quarterback, fifth at that point because he got hurt. Brock comes back and you can't even throw a forward pass.
I can't believe Javon Kittle played that poorly. The clips of him just getting...
and Bosa's out there with basically a torn groin.
Fred Warner's got a pinched nerve in his neck.
It was so bad on special teams. I said to you after it happened, I go, I think Bosa got wiped out on that play. He was standing on the sidelines.
You sure did.
I saw it from a mile away.
Sure did.
I couldn't believe it. And then he comes back in the game and he's like grabbing his thigh. Goes, something happened. And then come to find out he got like depleted into the thigh. On the sidelines.
Hey, Spadoni, man, play that clip of Bosa getting hurt when standing on the sideline. If you can pull that up, let me know when you have it. Bosa spoke about it. All right, let's go ahead and play that, Spadoni.
That was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline. I got a cleat an inch or two into my leg, so that hurt. I was fighting through, though. I don't think it affected me too much. You're going through a lot at this time of the year, so you just have to keep on going.
Play it again.
One more time.
Play it again.
One more time.
It was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline.
I mean, my God.
He
was standing there next to Shanahan, and the gunner is coming down the sideline, and he's getting thrown. He's grabbing face masks, and a cleat goes into his thigh. I said to him, I think he broke his leg. He got wiped out.
That's not funny, but it's funny.
I don't even know what to say. That's how bad the day was.
I love Dacre.
Heads are falling off.
Dacre, I love Dacre, right? We all love Dacre here. And sometimes I just think he's
Bosa.
Absolutely out of his mind. But he's been saying for 3 years, you got to get the Bosa Bros together.
He's right.
I'm telling you, get the Bosa Bros together. And then you watched the video yesterday, and you tweeted out, I want the Bosa Bros together. You know what? I'm here for it.
Heads are falling. 100%.
So he was wearing a Niner gear like he was a Niner.
Trade everything
You
for
know
him.
he don't want to be in L.A.
No,
with the
come
Chargers.
to us. He's wearing all Niner gear.
Dude, he told him, I can afford it. I'm rich, and you're broke.
It's the only fun thing to happen out of that game was Joey Bosa going into the stadium.
Can you play? It kind of was a sign of things to come, Nick Bosa. Oh, my God. He's so funny. Spadoni, you got the clip again. Play the Bosa clip one more time before we go back out to the lines, man. One more time.
I'm hurting.
It was kind of a sign of a rough day when you get hurt on the sideline.
Save that for the board for the rest of our life. And then,
God.
do you have the George Kittle sound where George Kittle's asked a question about the fourth quarterback, and he's like looking at whoever. I don't even know who asked the question.
I don't even.
But like he looked at him like, "Are you kidding me?"
BJ39 is the
Play
cut.
that one.
How's that feel to lose in the NFC Championship game because I don't have a quarterback? Pretty shitty, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it.
That is exactly how I feel.
Yeah,
that's exactly that is exactly how I feel, Kittle. I love Kittle.
Dude, Joshua fumbled the snap. Shasky, it was the only time I sat down in the game, and I just looked at the ground.
I know.
And Shasky's trying to hype me up at halftime.
I was trying.
It's not over. I'm like, dude, in my head, I'm like, Josh is really going to lead us back from a 2. And it's not his fault. It really isn't.
And they got stops.
That's
the crazy thing. They got stops.
And over. Philly did nothing special. They had 269 total yards. Jalen Hurts, 15 to 25, 121 yards, had no zip on the ball. Right? No zip on the ball. They did nothing special offensively. The whole thing that their offense is going to be reminiscent of the Bill Walsh West Coast offense could be farther from the truth.
Well, they didn't have to do anything special yesterday.
They didn't.
I mean, the reality is they didn't have to. They didn't need to. Now, I will say this. Sirianni running Jalen Hurts late in that game, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Gibson came in looking for all the smoke, popped him right in the forearm in the shoulder. I said, woo, and then he ran it again.
Dude, Sirianni needs to be humbled bad. I hope Andy Reid cooks his ass in the Super Bowl. Let's go to Matt in Walnut Creek.
What's
Walnut Creek, what's happening?
I'm hurting.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was sitting next to you guys at the game.
Oh, yeah, Matt, right, row 3. Yeah, right below us.
Yeah.
Did you get home?
Did you get home safely?
Yeah. Nah, I'm sitting outside the hotel right now, about to go to the airport, but I didn't get a chance to tell you guys after the game because I was so distraught. But walking through that Lions Den with you guys was something unreal that I'll never forget. And it was a great season, and I'm glad I did it.
Hey, man, that was the most insane walk-in of all time. Would you agree?
Yeah, hell yeah. Nothing I've ever experienced. I'd do it all over again.
I would too.
I would too.
I loved it. I'm so proud of Niner fans for the way they repped yesterday.
Yeah.
They wore their gear. We weren't taking off our gear. We weren't going to wear jackets over our jersey. The hell?
I know.
Who do you think we're punks? Like, they basically did think we're punks. That's what they called us all week long. Unbelievable. Let's go to Coach at SF.
I can't believe we lost that way.
Coach, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, morning, fellas. Just wanted to touch on something real quick.
Yeah.
As a Niners fan, I didn't come away completely discouraged after yesterday's loss. It was heartbreaking. Don't get me wrong. But as you guys mentioned, they didn't need to do anything special. The blown call on Devontae Smith's drop on 4th down led to 7. Purdy getting hurt. Eagles made a play. Hassan Reddick made a play. Kudos to them. But that did give them a short field that they got 7 on. The Josh Johnson drop snap, that was another 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th down roughing the punter call.
Oh, dude, that one killed me.
He literally gave them 28.
I know.
Literally assisted them in that win.
Right.
So as a Niners fan, I'm not discouraged. I don't feel like the Eagles got the hand over us, and I'd love to see them again.
I would
love
too.
to see them. They're public enemy number 1 from here on out.
Yeah, I agree
At least
with
for
that.
the next 5 years, they're public enemy number 1.
Well, and quite frankly, we've got to find an answer for Gainwell. I thought Gainwell was the X factor of the game yesterday.
He changed the game.
A.J. Brown made a couple of plays, but nothing serious. I thought Gainwell was the difference in the game.
He changed the game. Lane Johnson false starting on almost every snap.
I saw a lot of linemen tweeting out well, that's how you play the game. You get like a fraction of a second ahead of time. I don't know, man. It felt a little off to me.
Yeah, it was wild.
And on the Josh Johnson fumble, both McGlinchey and Trent Williams jumped early.
Yep.
That play should have been blown dead.
Should have been blown dead. And boy, did we need a penalty on that play. Out of all the times to not call a penalty, you don't call a penalty on that play. That game flipped right then and there. They're roughing it to the punter. I knew they were going to call roughing with the way that game was being officiated.
He was getting pushed from behind. He beat his man.
It was running, and the punter flopped.
I know.
We just saw the same thing from Wisnowski last week against the Cowboys. Get no call.
I know.
So it's not why they lost the game, but we talked about it in the first quarter, Shasky. 50-50 calls, and that's why you got to get home field advantage. And forget playing these NFC title games on the road.
Well, and they're early in the game. Jalen fumbled the ball. What's his face? Like in terms of a snap,
right?
And then what's the running back's name? Come on,
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders also had a little wobbly play.
Right.
Like there were moments in the game where there were opportunities early for the Niners to seize that 4th down opportunity, and they didn't take advantage of it.
No doubt. Let's go to Rob in the Bay Area. Rob, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I heard you guys on 94.1 WIP in Philadelphia last week, and I heard you guys commenting about taking over the link. I was there, and I just wanted to say I hardly saw any red jerseys.
Hey, that was a slam dunk, dog.
Yeah.
Hope you feel good waiting for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's Eagle fans in a nutshell. They got little peanut brains. You know what I'm saying? Their brains operate like this. It's like the little hamster right in the wheel. The hamster sleeps sometimes. They sleep in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden the hamster starts rolling. I'm like, oh, I got something here. EAGLELS. You didn't take over. Ha ha. You're a punk. Clowns, man. This is the most classless fan base I've ever met in my life.
I'll give that guy props, though. Like, he disguised himself really well. He said, I'm Rob from the Bay Area. I was at the game. It's like, oh, were the fans nice to you? It's like, nah, they weren't. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you sound like a Niner fan. So give him props.
Hey, whatever.
Hey, Lubman, it's all good.
It's all good.
I'm hurting so bad, nobody can, drag me any lower. Once you're in the bottom of the bottom, there's nowhere to go
we
but
were
up.
in it.
Well, no,
we were in the mix.
If you're going to be a lousy fan like that, can you at least be, creative or something? Like, if you're going to be lousy, I want to be at least loud. Like, that guy was good. Like, that guy was creative. I give that guy.
Here's the funny part, though,
in a world of ones and zeros, that guy was a 4.
And they're proving everything that we've been saying.
Yeah, everything.
And this is on a scale of 1 to 10, by the way.
Let's go to Rich in San Jose. Rich in San Jose before we hit the break. Rich, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Gentlemen, good morning. I'm hurting this morning, too. I'm glad you guys made it out of there all right. To answer your question from a few minutes ago about what irks me the most about yesterday, I mean, things happened. Brock got hurt, and then
exactly.
Jersey number 17. That happens. But what bothered me the most about the end of that game were all the liberties that the Eagles were taking on the field. That whole fight started because dudes were blocking well past the whistle.
Goddard in particular.
And they finally got the smoke. They finally pissed off Trent Williams enough to where Trent's like, nah, I'm done. Here we go. Chokeslam. We're out. But what I really called in about was about 20 minutes ago on Old and Busted. Tim Rennan said something about a platoon quarterback system, and I called in maybe a week and a half ago to Will and Dibby and said that's exactly what the Niners need to do with the talent that they have with Trey Lance. They can't just let him stand there and hold a clipboard. He's got to get in there and do something. And what New Orleans does with Taysom Hill, with far less talent and far less of a offensive coordinator, as in Kyle Shanahan, that you can't just let this man stand on the side. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about
Well,
this.
here's what I would say. Like, it's so difficult because they got this far with what felt like above average. Like, I think Brock was really good. Was he elite? Great. I know there's a lot of metrics and numbers.
He's really good.
Yeah, but you watch Burrow and Mahomes. Come on.
It's a whole different
And I'm not trying to, like, you don't have to face those guys.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, watching what I saw with Burrow, and Burrow threw 2 picks in that game. Everyone in the league outside of the Chiefs is trading their quarterback for Burrow.
Yep.
Maybe a couple others.
Maybe Buffalo.
Maybe
Buffalo.
okay, but like I'm looking at that, I'm like, God damn, I'm watching Mahomes on one leg, Bonte, with the arm talent that he has and the field vision and what he's doing, and it's like we feel so remedial in comparison.
Right.
And Brock was awesome. I'm not here to bash Brock at all.
But it's light years away.
It's just hard to watch.
So Shanahan's coached 9 playoff games in his career.
Yes.
He's 6-3. Again, you can make the argument that he's had the inferior quarterback in all 9 of those games.
I think that's fair.
How crazy is that?
It is. And
he's 6-3, and he's had the inferior quarterback possibly in all 9 of those playoff games.
And this is why I am not criticizing Shanahan at all.
No,
now, the challenge play, yes, I wanted him to challenge it. But, like, that didn't make or break this game.
No doubt.
All right? And stop calling in trying to rip Shanahan.
Clock. All right, more phone calls coming up as we wrap up the show. That's what's coming up on the game, sponsored by CalHope.org and the Department of Health Care Services. The Red and Go Reaction is also brought to you by Boxer & Gerzer, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by Zenni, the official eyewear of the San Francisco 49ers. Shop from over 3,000 styles at 80% off retail prices. Exclusively at Zenni.com.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free and secure mental health resources. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org.
So, the other day, I bought an extremely chatty...
Boring story time!
Make that an extremely catty cockatoo.
You're welcome!
Apparently, the pet store won't take it back. But, hey, I'll manage.
I love that for you!
Just like I manage without home internet.
No, you don't!
Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable.
Aw, Bertie likes to stream!
But I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
My lady friend! It's mating season, duh!
No home internet? It's not that bad. No, not there.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
So yes, it was after midnight and the glue on your kid's mission project refused to dry. But once everything was finished, you realized the smooth white and terracotta make this piece of history beautiful. CertaPro Painters has good news. Your home paint project doesn't have to come with the frustration and panic of your child's 4th grade project. Skip the stress and still end with the look you love. To get your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
All guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
We've got you covered in a Toyota certified used vehicle.
Let's go!
Toyota's factory seal of approval ensures you get the best pre-owned Toyota. All certified Toyotas pass a rigorous inspection, come with exceptional warranties and roadside assistance. Shop your Toyota dealer's great selection today.
Grab the keys, come on, let's go!
Toyota certified used vehicles. The best new cars make the best used cars. See your local Toyota dealer for certified warranty and program details.
Luke Bryan's Country On Tour. With special guests Chase Beckham, Connor Smith, Alana Springsteen, and DJ Rock. Saturday, July 22nd, Shoreline Amphitheater. Pre-sale for City Card members begins Wednesday at 10 a.m. through Thursday at 10 p.m. Before the general public Friday at 10 a.m. Get tickets at livenation.com. Luke Bryan's Country On Tour.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel is all conversation-based, so it gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
You'll really see a difference in how you can speak and how conversational you can be in just a few weeks.
Babbel isn't just lessons. You can listen to podcasts, play games, watch videos. You can even take live online classes with a language teacher. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel.
The lessons online and in the app make it easy to learn from pretty much anywhere.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Nature Valley has helped restore access to 10,000 miles of national park trails. And we're on our way to restoring even more, because every mile is a new memory. Life happens out there. Nature Valley.
Sunny and cool in Oakland today, highs near 52.
Weather brought to you by Auto Trader. Shop millions of new cars, used cars, and electric cars on Auto Trader and find your 1 in a million car. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo. Hello! He's a handful, but I'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
Now back to the morning roast with Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky. Take it away, Bonte.
All right, man, we're going to get to these calls here in a second. Uncle Gene, that guy, and we got a special call we'll get to right off the rip here to set the tone for the last segment, the Red and Gold Reaction, brought to you by San Francisco Sheriff's Office. Your future begins here. Visit sfsheriff.com and apply today. Are you ready for this call, Shasky?
Who is it?
It's Juice and Fremont.
Oh, let's hear it.
Juice and Fremont. What's up?
I was like, where are we going?
My brothers, let me tell you something. There's a saying that goes, "It's better to be pissed off than to be pissed on." I'm not going to come on your beautiful show and act like a Browns fan and just say I was just happy just to get to the championship. I'm going to say something. There's this one thing that bothered me yesterday. The one play that I think that changed the whole game and was probably the future of the franchise. Why was Tyler Kroft blocking a Pro Bowler in Hassan Reddick? I mean, I would have rather had Stephen Kroft, the former 60-minute producer, block Reddick, or Laura Croft, the Tomb Raider character, block Hassan freaking Reddick. I mean, right now, they're talking about quarterbacks in the future. It don't matter if you bring freaking Jesus was available. The fact is, we need to address the line to protect whoever is the quarterback of the future. And yesterday, let me say something. I was not impressed by this so-called Eagles RP crap offense. I mean, they did nothing to impress me, to show me that they were the freaking better team or the future of this league. But I do want to say this to you two, my brothers. Thank you for repping for all of us out on the Bay. You know, you guys looking lovely with your SF shirts, even though it says San Francisco. But to me, you two are sucker free. God bless and have a beautiful day.
Love you, Juice.
Brother. Thank you, Juice. Love you, man.
I needed
Love
that.
You.
I needed that.
Needed that uplifting right there, Juice.
Hey, the O-line, he's right. B, you went through 4 quarterbacks this year. You could say, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know,
right.
Each guy did something to get themselves hurt. I hate that narrative. Got themselves hurt. Bro, you got to keep the quarterback upright. Every single year. Think about it. 2017, Hoyer didn't stay healthy. Beathard didn't stay healthy. Jimmy got lucky at the last 5 games.
Right.
He stayed healthy. 2018, Jimmy went down. All right?
Beathard went down again, I think. And then Mullins got the snaps.
Exactly. And then 2019, Jimmy stayed healthy. I don't know how. He stayed healthy. All right, they did a great job. 2020, injuries again at the quarterback position. 2021, injuries again at the quarterback position. 2022.
Injuries galore.
I mean, like, there is something to be said there. They're going to have to reimagine this offensive line. I love the 2 young guys, Burford and Banks. I love Trent Williams, right tackle and center.
Quietly, Burford being hurt. And I don't even have the official Lubman. If you could give me the official injury report on Spencer Burford, why was he in? Why was he out? Burford was out for a long, long time. They missed him.
Yeah.
They missed him.
They needed size.
Yes.
When you watch the Eagles warm up, you realize how massive they are.
They are massive. They're huge. They warmed up right in front of us, Shasky.
Humongous.
Fletcher Cox. The rookie, what was his name? Davis.
Is it Jalen or Jared Davis?
Something like
I think
that.
It's Jared Davis.
Ndamukong Suh.
He's humongous.
Linval Joseph. Hargraves.
Yeah. Linval Joseph.
They were back. Brandon Graham was the smallest dude.
I know.
The smallest.
Montez Sweat. I mean, they have so many guys.
Oh, my gosh. They're so big. And this was a concern before the season, the offensive line. Now, they got better. They worked well as a unit, but it reared its ugly head the last 2 weeks against some top-notch defenses in the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike McGlinchey probably played his last game as a 49er.
It's hard to find right tackles. I can't. He's a liability in the pass game. That's just what he is.
It's a passing lead.
I know.
Look, the Niners can get all these leads, but when you fall behind, do they have the type of offense that can come back and rally?
No.
They don't.
No. I mean,
and you need passing offensive linemen, too. You need a guy who can combo.
I know.
A combo offensive lineman.
I know.
And you got to get the passing game, so you need a third down receiver.
Yes.
You need some speed down the field. They took not one shot down the field. The one shot they're going to take down the field, Brock Purdy gets hurt.
I know.
And Brandon Ayuk, and he was wide open.
He had him. And they're not attacking downfield enough. I mean, even Jalen just stepped back and threw up a couple lobs.
They threw like 7 passes downfield just to do it. Just to stretch the defense out and make them concerned that, hey, we're going to take the top off the defense.
I know.
The Niners need to start taking the top off the defense.
And that's not a snap judgment on this singular game, more what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. And it just, damn, man. 6 plays. I mean, we got 6 plays.
Of Brock Purdy.
6 plays.
6 plays. Let's go to Uncle Gene out there in Oakland. Uncle Gene. Then we're going to get to everybody on here. We got Xfinity Fast 5 coming up.
Josh, I keep saying Montez.
Yeah, Montez
Josh
Sweat.
My
Josh
bad.
Sweat. We're thinking about the guy from Washington.
I'm
in Washington.
But Sweat's nice, too.
He's like, he's like, and the NFC East is coming. That division is coming.
Oh.
We're about to have old school rivalries again, like the late 80s, early 90s, with the Niners and the Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders, and the Giants.
I mean, the Giants have draft picks and they have money.
Yep, and so do Seattle. They got 2 top 20 picks.
I know.
So Seattle's like NFC is going to be, oh my gosh. Uncle Gene in Oakland, what's happening?
Hey, fellas. First of all, I'm really relieved that you guys came back in one piece. I was really worried, like a lot of the roasters, about what might happen once you hit once you left the stadium. So, congrats to you guys for showing restraint and for repping us Niner fans as well as you did.
We tried, Gene. It was so difficult.
Anyways, as far as the game goes, you asked what was most frustrating. What was most frustrating is that we never had a chance to show what we could do.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost our quarterback after 6 plays. They beat us in the trenches. That's a concern, obviously, is, we need some serious help on the O-line, some on the D-line. But, as far as the quarterback, you mentioned that maybe we've had the inferior quarterback in all of these games that we've lost in the playoffs. I don't think you can say that about yesterday. Excuse me. Once again, we didn't have a chance to show what Purdy could do, and I wasn't all that impressed with Jalen Hurts.
No.
He didn't look like any MVP candidate to me. I mean, he was missing his receivers all over the place, and he finally started to run in garbage time. So, I don't think this team is miles ahead of us. I think we tweak a few things, strengthen the lines, next year, get the number one, win the division, get the number one seed, and play those bums here.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Well, I think the other big takeaway for me, just as I take a step back and look at the league as a whole, and it's great that you got running quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks. You have to win from the pocket.
You do.
You have to be able to step up, climb up into the pocket, and deliver that. That's still tried and true in these physical, outdoor, cold weather games. And Jalen was awesome this year. He might be the MVP. I don't know. And he's awesome. But he's going to have to be able to throw from the pocket. And if he wants to stay healthy throughout the entirety of an entire year, being a running quarterback has its limitations. Lamar got hurt. Mahomes running around. Now, he's a pocket guy. He's banged up. We see Jalen. He took a shot in that game. Trey Lance.
But you know what else?
You got to throw from the pocket.
My other big takeaway, and it rings true every single season.
Point of attack?
Line of scrimmage.
I know.
Who's going to win the line of scrimmage? Eagles won the line of scrimmage yesterday on both sides of the football.
Yes.
They started running the football and getting chunk plays. Gainwell was good. Miles Sanders got into the end zone twice. Boston Scott. They won the trenches both sides of the football. You think about the Chiefs and Bengals game. Chris Jones had a monster day.
Especially in the end of that game.
Burrow got sacked 4 times in the first quarter and a half. They couldn't get going.
I know.
You have to win in the trenches and playoff football.
And
that's what it comes down to. You control the line of scrimmage, you're going to win a lot of football games. The Niners got punked on the line of scrimmage yesterday. Well, I can't unsee McGlinchey. I can't unsee Brunskill. I can't unsee Javon Kinlaw.
Rendell.
The Javon Kinlaw pick may be one of the more disappointing picks in the last 10 years.
I mean,
it's up there.
He's hurt, and then when he's out there, he's not very good.
Mike McGlinchey, Solomon Thomas.
I mean, these are all
Reuben
first-round picks.
These are all first-round picks.
Everyone's losing their mind about Trey Lance. Think about these three picks, okay? Reuben Foster, who's trying to make a comeback at some point. All right, Solomon Thomas, actually 4 of them, and then McGlinchey and Javon Kinlaw. That's 4 bad first-round picks.
Trey Lance has already done more than those 4 players combined in the Niner uniform.
He won a big game for them last year. Now, McGlinchey's had moments, but let's call it what it is. Him making $10 million this year, I told you when they picked up his 5th year, I said, you can sign him for 2 years for $10 million.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's bad money.
Xfinity Fast 5 coming up at 8:50. Xfinity Fast 5 coming up here on the Morning Roast. Let's go to Jim. He's at the airport right now in Philadelphia. Jim, what's happening?
How you doing? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm on my way back to San Francisco. Couple observations on yesterday's game. I was at the game. It's a shame the way it actually turned out, but a couple quick things. Number one, going into the game, everybody thought the San Francisco weakness was going to be going against their 2 wideouts, and really they kind of held Smith and Brown, I thought, pretty much in check.
I agree.
Charvarius Ward, his best game in the playoffs and his best game in a long time.
Lenore was doing a good job, I thought.
They didn't even test Lenore.
And they were on an island.
Yep.
And yet, if you would have told me that the Eagles were going to score 4 rushing touchdowns against us, I would have said no way. And look, it happened.
I know. And to be honest, they could have ran for a lot more had they stuck their to the guns. I thought they threw in times. They were 2 touchdowns, and they were throwing. I was like, why?
Well, Sirianni, he's going to get beat like that. He gets a little arrogant. Their bread and butter is the running game.
Yes.
They had Jalen Hurts out there dropping back, throwing bombs and throwing it. Jalen was not right.
No.
That was a good performance by the Niners defense. Now, it became unhinged in the second half. Penalties galore. I mean, it broke down, man. There were some tough calls against them. You challenge that play on 4th and 3 early in the game. Maybe the outcome is a little bit different. I have no idea. Maybe you're in the game a lot longer. I don't know. But it just, that play, Devontae Smith, the non-challenge, the Jimmy Ward pass interference, to me, changed the tenor of the football game.
Even on the Brock, okay, so we haven't even talked about this, the Brock play where he gets hurt.
Right.
Okay, to me, you called it on the field as an incomplete pass. Now this is just me. I didn't hear any of the broadcasts and them talking, but they showed the replay over and over. It looked so 50-50. Whatever the call was on the field should have stood in my estimation. Now, I'd love to hear somebody else who was watching at home and got to hear all of whoever, Pereira, whoever the heck the official guy was that was in the booth. To me, whatever the call was on the field should have stuck. So had they said fumble, I would have been fine with that.
Right.
But the fact that they said they overturned it, I didn't see the evidence in it.
But you know what? The Niners were able to make a stop right there.
I know. But that was a huge play.
And it was a huge defensive stand by that defense to keep the game at 7-0. The Niners were lucky to enter the second quarter down 7-0.
I was saying, can we just get 14-7 at halftime? We'll get the ball back. Let's just run some clock here. I will take 14-7. And when it got to 21-7, and they were going to go for 2, I don't know what he was doing there.
He was trying to run it up. He was trying to run it up.
That made no sense. But Oh, God, that second quarter sequence was just a nightmare. After the CMC touchdown where he broke 1,000,000 tackles.
And the Eagles basically had the ball for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
They basically had the football for the rest of the half.
Penalty extended drive.
Think about that. They ran 7 minutes off the clock to make it 14-7, got the ball right back, and ran the rest of the minute and a half, whatever they had on that final possession to score a touchdown.
The defense was gassed.
They were done at that point.
They were gassed.
They were done. Let's go to Mondo and Fremont. Mondo, then we'll get to that guy, Joe, and Marcus. Mondo, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing, man? Good morning.
Good.
Hey, I just want to touch on the experience being out there in Philadelphia, man. Great experience, man. I was out there. I was doing that march. Now, I was at a different tailgate. I was at this tailgate that it was a few blocks down the way at this warehouse. And then we marched over into the field as well. We took over this whole intersection and went right into the field. And
you were with us with the flag, right?
Experience.
Was there a guy leading the way with the flag? We were in that same march.
Okay. So it was the same one because I don't remember crossing through barbed wire or something.
No. We didn't cross any
barbed wire. No, we didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a great experience. So, crossing the whole intersection when we just took over that thing, that was amazing, man. And then, like you said, touching back on these fans, man, we got so much crap ourselves. I went out there by myself, man, and had good people out there, man, and, hung out. And, anyways, I took off on Saturday night, took the red eye, and then got back early this morning. And now I'm back to work. So I did one of those all-nighters.
Wow.
You're a savage.
Respect. Work, man. But it was a great experience, man. I'll do it again, and it's just the experience, man, that to me, it's what I'm going to take forever.
Hey, on the real, I mean this with all my heart. Niners got one of the most loyal fan bases in sports. That's one thing that was cemented to me. Seeing the passion from people showing up and repping their colors, I love this fan base. It can be crazy. It can be delusional.
Right. But it ain't Philadelphia. I'll tell you that much. They ain't scumbags. This fan base is loyal to the soil. Niner fans represent hard, and they keep it classy for the most part. Yeah, we'll talk some trash, but we're not going to tell people and flip you to double birds because you're wearing an opposing jersey.
Throwing hot dogs at them, throwing beers on us.
Hot dogs, confetti.
You and I have walked through that stadium parking lot at Levi's how many times?
Millions of times.
Okay. Now, if you're
Candlestick Park, too.
Yeah, we don't throw beers on people as they're walking through. We might give them some, BS, talk a little smack, but, throwing stuff, running up to people and getting right in their face, grabbing them, man.
I mean, boy.
And then their on-air host going on and bragging about it when they ain't even nowhere near that parking lot.
No doubt. Oh, man, let's go back. We got Xfinity Fast 5 coming up in 2 minutes, and we're going to have a short crosstalk. We got a flight to catch to get back to the Bay Area.
A long day.
Man, it's going to be a long flight and a long day after the Niners get beat in the NFC title game 31-7. Again, to me, that sequence there, the Eagles go 14 plays, 75 yards, 3 first-down penalties. They take up 6 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock. In real time, it was 13 minutes and 24 seconds. It's a lot of time to be on that field playing defense. Bosa was in and out. Armstead was in and out.
Yeah.
Then the Niners get the ball back. They run 25 seconds off the clock. Eagles get the ball right back. Defense is on the field way too long in that stretch, and that was a football game.
That Jimmy Ward PI.
It changed the tenors of the game.
AJ looks like he's the one who engages contact with 2 hands on the shoulder. I thought it was within 5 yards. You thought it was within 5 yards. That's just a rough penalty because they got to stop.
Because not only did they get to stop, the crowd had lemon booty.
Yes.
Trust me on that. I know Eagle fans. They freak out very early in games. And they were calling out Nick. They were getting ticked off. They were not happy. And they were getting uneasy. And even if you don't score on that possession, it's a 7-7 game.
It's a tighter game.
You punt it back. I thought Wisnowski did a really good job with the punting game. Pinning the Eagles deep a couple times.
He did.
You punt. All of a sudden, the Eagles get the ball back. Maybe it's 3 minutes. Maybe it's 2 minutes to change. All of a sudden, they got to go the length of the field to get some points. But, hey, you're down 1 possession. Instead, the worst case scenario happened. Josh Johnson fumbles the snap. Eagles get the ball back. It's 21-7. And we're sitting there at halftime thinking, as DJ Jazzy Jeff was on the performing at halftime.
I love DJ Jazzy Jeff.
It was not a good performance. No. We're thinking to ourselves, is Josh Johnson going to rally us from a 14-point deficit?
I said to you, if Shanahan finds a way to win this game, you're like lifetime contract.
Yeah, give him a 5-year deal right now. 5 years on top of whatever he's got left.
The Josh Johnson fumble. Okay, so they're scrambling. They're right near. We see it at an angle that the television doesn't even see it. We're looking at him, and they can't even get the play in, and he's not even looking at the snap as it comes in, poor guy. Then the ball falls. It was slow motion. And I'm like, jump on it. And he tried to pick it back up, and I'm like, no. And I saw the season going away right then and there, and you just dropped to the seat.
Yeah, I didn't watch the finality of the play. Once they started running for the ball, I sat down and said, oh, my God, I can't believe that just happened. Maybe I manifested it. I don't know, but it happened.
You know what that was? That was the moment in Saving Private Ryan in slow motion where the knife's going through his heart.
Oh, man. That was a rough sequence. That was rough. All right.